Hello, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Test 1, 2, 3.
All right. Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
hi,
Brian.
Brian. Hi, Dennis.
Hey, Rex. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
So, Margie, can we hear you now?
Well, if you can't, I'm going to get me a good place to lay down, a good movie, and get underneath 3 covers because I'm freezing.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Did you figure out what happened, Margie?
Yeah, Windows Update messed me up. It took away Windows Explorer, and I couldn't even watch a videotape. No
Oh,
sound
wow.
whatsoever.
Oh, geez. Those updates really do screw everything up.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I forgot to change my background. I wanted to put a different one on there.
Make it warm, Brian.
Okay.
I need to put one from Eaton Park.
Yeah. Melissa always gets the backgrounds as soon as they come up. She's like, I know where that is. I got a question about Brian about the background that I have, because looking at the program, you can look at mirrored views, stuff like that. Looking at me on the screen, is the mountain behind me on the left side of your screen or the right side of your screen?
Left.
Left side.
It's on the left side.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then that's what I'm looking at. Okay, we're cool. I got it.
Brian, are you in the movie Speed tonight?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I've got to come up with something way more obscure because you pick them up immediately.
Me too.
I'm not no movie buff or anything.
Yeah, I noticed that. All right, here I'll try another one that I have. See if you know this one, Melissa. Give me a second here. This should be a little bit more obscure as far as a. I might have her this time.
Who is that? Who is he?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you what his name is, but it is a scene from a movie. It's a movie it's a few years old now, probably 10 or more.
Looks like a rom-com character.
Yeah, most likely. And it featured a blue door throughout the movie. I give you that hint.
Blue door.
Blue Denim?
No, blue door.
No. The movie Blue Denim.
Oh, no.
That's before your time, right?
So what's everybody been up to this week? Since Monday, I should say. We talked last Monday.
Cut the grass.
Gloves and masks.
Gloves and mask.
I cut the grass.
How did you cut the grass? It's been cold.
Oh, I cut mine too.
Oh, it's been frigid. My grass is dying everywhere I walk because it's frozen every time I go outside.
No, not mine.
I looked outside the door. Does that count?
Okay, guys, don't hurt me. I watched mine being cut.
Oh,
Cut it once a week.
Contractor.
When I hear a lawnmower outside, I look outside to see if someone's cutting mine.
Yeah.
by the way, it was nice to hear Margie's voice this evening.
Oh, yeah. Finally got the computer going again.
Good.
Yeah, me and Margie talked about it for about an hour the other night trying to figure it out, and we couldn't figure it out. We gave up. She called me back 5 minutes later and said, I don't know what I did, but it's working.
Yeah, Brian made me relax. He made me laugh, and I just let my fingers do it. I don't know what I did, but whatever my fingers did, it got everything back.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Did anybody update their Lightroom software?
Yes.
Yes.
I did, and I kind of gave up after a while. I don't know how to get past all the tutorials that they have in the new version.
Doesn't it say just not now?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be a not now or skip this button on there, Gaylor.
Okay, I will look further, but I was rather frustrated. You know, I went through a couple of them, of the tutorials thing, but could not find anything that said not now.
You guys know Monday when we talked, I had talked about Scott Kelby and his system for using a Lightroom. And Jim and I emailed a couple quick emails. He watched Scott Kelby free program. It's called Slim, which is Simplified Lightroom Image Management is what it's called. And so I watched that video, and I will tell you that I actually started a brand new catalog and redid all of my photos into his system.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I've obviously been very bored at home. But I did do a complete changeover of at least everything from 2019 and 2020 at this point. And I really do like the new system, and it's a lot easier. And if you do it the way he says, it's very easy to find photos with a simple search rather than going through keywords, and you don't have to remember what your keywords were. So
I got a question about that too.
yes.
Will it find if you put a keyword in there? You know, I went through a lot of his Slim. Now, will it find it on your hard drive, your external hard drive, if your external hard drive is plugged in?
If that's where your photos are from your catalog, yes. The photos have to be in the Lightroom catalog for it to find.
They have to be in the Lightroom catalog. Okay, I like my system better.
What's redeeming about it?
Once I got used to using it, it just seems a little quicker as far as.
What's the system?
Now, when you go shopping.
Here, let me show you a little bit.
That much. Period. You have to wipe everything off with
Okay.
Clorox wipes. I'll do it.
So this is Lightroom, and if you look, instead of using the folders like we always used before, which are your hard drive folders, once you have your stuff in there, you in the folder structure, you put it in as a basic ideas of what kind of stuff you shoot. So I do a lot of architecture, city. These are my clients. Festivals, flowers, and you break that down you break all your stuff down into your basic folders. And once you do that and you import it, then you put everything into a collection. So I have collections that are the exact same as my folder structure: architecture, city, clients, festivals, flowers. And then each one of those is where my shoots are. So like this Phipps Conservatory, this is January of 2020, Phipps Conservatory, January 2020. That was the last time we were down there. All the pictures that I shot there are in a collection called Full Shoot. And then I have a collection inside there that's called Picks and one that's called Selects. And actually I was just in the middle of that just before we started the meeting. What you do is you go through your pictures and you just, as you go through them to call them and decide which ones you like, go through and just hit the letter P and it marks it as a pick.
I like that.
So once you get, I went through 258 photos and I've hit the letter P and it puts a little white flag on the picture, if you can see right here.
Yeah.
Now down at the bottom, I can filter those. I double click on the filter picks and now it brought those down to the 58 photos that I picked out of there that I liked. Not necessarily that I'm going to work on, but I liked them. And then I can just drag them and put them in my picks. Oh, I forgot to do a Control A. Put them all in picks. So now anytime I go into this shoot, I can look at the ones that I immediately picked from the beginning. They're all in there like that. Now, once I go through, the next thing would be to just do a 5-star. And those are the ones that I'm going to put as a select. So far, I've only 5-starred one because I sent that one to Marty a little while ago for a newsletter picture. But as you go down through these, you would just hit the number 5 if you decide you want to work on it. And those ones would be the ones that you're actually going to do any kind of developing on and use for something. And then once you do that, you filter those out with your 5 stars down here. And then you would put that in your selects. And then, anytime you come back to that shoot, those are the ones that you had already worked on. Those are the ones that you liked. And it's a little easier as far as that way. I like that. It's quicker. It's easy to sort everything.
Yeah, it's neat.
And if you want to search something, because of the way these are all named, these are Duff Park, Ligonier, but these are all under flowers. If I click on here and tell this to look at all photographs and then do a Control F, it gives me a place up here, and then I can type in Phipps, and that'll bring up every photo that I took at Phipps because the name of my folder is Phipps. So instead of having to remember all the keywords and stuff like that, because I've named the folders, anytime I do a search, I can search for what I think would be the name of the folder, which would be Phipps or city or Pittsburgh or something like that. And it brings all those pictures up at one time quickly. So.
Hey, Brian, I guess this is kind of a question or comment, maybe 2 of them. So I kind of did a test implementation of that because I'm using Capture One now, but this library structure is very similar to Lightroom. And what I realized is that, let's take like your flowers box there as an example.
Mm-hmm.
So over the years, as you would go do more and more shoots on flowers, that folder is going to get really, really full. And I just wonder, does it become, and you probably can't comment now because you're just starting the process, but it seems like it would have the potential to be a little bit cumbersome. You've had so many shoots under flowers. or maybe architecture or city or whatever other category you might have chosen?
Well, like you said, I really can't answer that question. I can see that maybe being an issue. When you look at it as far as, you know, I photograph flowers all the time, so I may have 100 different things in there for flowers. I don't know. I guess maybe time will tell.
I have a possible answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you go to date. You might start with, you go to the dates.
Well, if you look, I have stuff here listed as Duff Park of 2019, Ligonier 2019.
Mm-hmm.
This was Phipps January of 2020. So when I named my folder, I named it with a date in it. But to actually use just dates as a folder name, according to his idea, that doesn't really work because do you remember what date you went to Phipps in 2014?
Yeah, but you remember what date you went to Phipps somewhere, and you can search by keyword.
Yeah.
Phipps 2014.
Right.
All I was
But you
going,
can, if you have them named just like this, January 2020, I can do Phipps January 2020, and it'll bring that up anyhow.
So, but the end result's the same.
End result's the same. But I like the shoots, picks, and selects because
Yeah.
when I look at that, that's where everything is at one time. And it's in these collections, so it's not a different folder. I rename pictures and everything all at one time. It renames them on my hard drive. I don't know. It's something different, but it seems like it works. So I'm going to try it.
I have a question.
Yes.
What if you have something that you have flowers in, but it's actually like architecture, and you have it listed under architecture, but you know you have this stupid flower somewhere, and you can't find it because you forgot 3 years ago that it was under an architecture with an architecture photo shoot?
Well, that's the nice part about the collections. You can put stuff in
Allows you
one
both.
collection at a time.
yeah, collection allows you both. You can put them in both.
Yeah.
They
So if I
show
wanted to
up.
take these 58 photos and put them under architecture because they were all shot inside a building or something like that, or they all have architecture in it, I can add them under architecture as well in the collections folders because you can put them in as many places as you want at one time.
Oh, okay.
So here's the question that I would have on that is that, so you have one in the Phipps collection 2020 or something like that, and you pick that one out and you change it. You crop it or you enhance it in some way, turn it into a black and white, but in some other folder, it still exists as a part of the collection, but in a different label. Does it stay that way? See, in other words, you changed it in one
So
spot.
does the change in one place change it in another place in a different collection?
Well, the reason that I asked it that way is because as I remember that, say like you had a NEF, you had a CR2, you had a raw file, and your raw file sits there as a raw file. Then you copied it to one folder in your collection, and then you copied it to another part of your collection with a different name. When you make a change to it, are you changing that CR2 file?
You never change the CR2 file.
No.
Well, not, yeah, right. But you wind up making a TIFF or a JPEG or
No, it would be the link is to the information about the file. It's not to the file. So
got
you
it.
never change the file.
Got it. Right. That's right. You never change the raw file. You just make a TIFF or something else, a JPEG or, yeah.
Brian, can I ask another question? How did you set this up? Did you have to completely start over and import photos, or did you just manipulate the photos you had in your current library?
You can do it you can do it either way. I started over and imported all the photos at one time.
Well, when you did that, though, you lost all the processing you had done on some of those photos in the old catalog, correct?
Yeah, I did because of the way I did it, yes. But you can actually import the catalog into a new catalog, and it'll carry all that stuff over as well. So it would carry all of your work over. There was nothing, when I went through everything that I had, there was nothing there that I really cared that much about. I just wanted to get this started. So I imported it just as raw photos to start with and started over. I know that's probably not the brightest of ways to do it, but that's the way I chose to do it.
I would like to try it, but I need to import all my edits in because I can't lose all those.
Right. And if
That would be more of a challenge.
If when you're starting this, you can actually go up and go under edit, or no, I'm sorry, file, import from another catalog, and then you can choose an old catalog and import it into a new catalog into the file structure.
And how does that work then? Does it import by, if I do that, then what's it do? Does it import each of my directory, each subdirectory I've set up before, or does it?
Yes, it will import them into your folders.
Okay.
Into your other folders, and then from there you'll make your collections.
Brian,
Okay, so in other words, the filter collections I see up there will be the, or the, in the, where the folders are, it's going to look like my old catalog. But then I drag them into collections and make them new.
Right. So after you've got them into your folders, you don't look at your folders anymore in Lightroom. You only look at collections.
what it
Okay.
seems
So everything has to go into collection. Now, right now, I only put select photos in my collections.
Right. So you're basically duplicating your folders in as a collection, different collections, and then you work only in collections instead of your folders.
Well, couldn't I also just build that in the collections, just delete all the collections I have and just start over in the current catalog? I could do that too, couldn't I?
Sure.
what it seems to me, looking at this, and again, this is the first I'm seeing this, is it looks like you're substituting collections for keywords. Because Brian, you're building up a ton of collections. And I'm thinking about it, over the years, and I'm talking decades of shooting at car cruises. And then I keyworded those images. And many times I've wanted to search for a 1956 Ford, and boom, all those pictures come up, or a 1960 Chevy. I don't know how I would map that into this. I'm still looking at that.
I understand, and I have the same feelings about some of that. His system doesn't require you to stop using keywords, but you don't need to use them as much.
Okay.
And if you go and watch his system, and like I said, that's free. Just sign up for a free account.
And where do you go to sign up for that, by the way?
It's kelby1.com/free.
kelby1.com/what?
/free.
Free.
And then you can sign up for his free account. And the Slim system is one of the courses that you can do under your dashboard that is free to go through.
Okay.
And like I said, if you don't like it, don't use it. You know, it's I know it's a big change to change everything we've done, and everything that I've preached over the years was keywords, keywords, keywords. And I've changed that. So I don't know. I'm going to try it. I try a lot of stuff for a whole year, and then I decide if I want to use it or not. So we're going to try it this year and see what happens. At the end of the year, I'm going to have a meeting with you guys and say, you know what? I hate that. I'm going back to my old way. Or at the end of the year, I'm going to have a meeting with you guys and say, you know what? I really have fallen in love with that. I've adjusted a little bit, and it works well for me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try it because I have no keywords in my system at all. I've relied on my memory. I have a great memory for dates, and that's how I find stuff. And I find it pretty quickly.
Yeah, see, I can't remember dates. Well, I can't remember my name half the time, but so
I'm really good with dates. It's a family trait, so that's how I've been doing it. But over time, that gets more unwieldy, right?
Right.
So I think I'm going to try to do this first because I have nothing keyworded. This is easier for me to do than keywording thousands of photos that I've never really tried.
Yeah.
I do recommend watching the video.
Thank you. I will.
For sure.
That's what I was going to suggest. You watch the videos. In fact, one snarky thing he says to people like you is that, oh, that's right. As you get older, your memory improves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
Brian, the one thing, and you alluded to it, but I'm not sure you stressed it or not. This structure is based on one external hard drive and one catalog.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So his structure is one external hard drive with all of your photos on it, one catalog which is on your main computer because we all know that makes it faster. But everything goes into the same catalog and everything goes into the same external hard drive. Now he does stress a second external hard drive as a backup, and he does stress a third backup as well, which he uses. We talked about it, Backblaze, as a way of doing a cloud backup to your hard drive.
Yeah, what was that link again for? That was the one for $5 a month, right?
It's actually $6 a month. It used to be $5. They raised it $1. It is $6 a month, and it does a backup of your system for you, and it's called Backblaze. Backblaze, yeah. I'm sorry, I had it written down here. I had to look for it. Backblaze.
Backblade.
Blaze, B-L-A-Z-E.
Oh, okay.
And it may take, according to him, I haven't started that one yet, but according to him, it may take several weeks for it to do a complete backup the first time. But then once it does that, it only backs up in the background of your computer running. It doesn't slow your computer down, according to him. It only will back up what changes on a regular basis. So if something changes, it makes that backup only once it's finished.
I'm kind of thinking in terms, because I have used Amazon Drive in the past, where you just log in, you have a drive, and then you can pick the files. In other words, you don't automate the uploading. You say, I want to move these now. Tomorrow I'll move these. Can you work that way?
I do not know the answer to that with that. You might be able to.
Okay.
But I know the biggest idea of it is that it is automatic and it looks for things that changes and updates the changes. That
Use
way.
a thing called Crash Plan. Does the same thing. But it's $10. Crash Plan.
Oh,
Rex, I wanted to address one of your question there a second ago. You asked if you made a change to one of the pictures, would it change it in both collections or more than one collection? And it does.
It does, yeah.
So I took this picture that was in the Phipps Conservatory, January 2020, and I just made it a black and white. But I had copied it over to a different folder under a different collection, and you see that it made that change automatically there. It's a black and white. So if you make changes to one picture and you have it in more than one collection, you only have to work on it in one place. The work will be in the next collection as well.
Okay, then is this a trick or not? What you do is you just change its name by a little bit. In other words, you call it 6601A.
No, I didn't change anything in the name.
Well, no, I mean, if you want to have one JPEG one way and another, in black and white, and you want to have the same JPEG in color.
Virtual copy.
Make a virtual copy.
Yeah, you can make a virtual copy of it.
Okay.
So and like I said, I just started it this week. I'm sure that it'll take me some time to work out the nuances of it. And like I said, I'm going to give it a year and see if I like it. And I may not like it and may go back to my old system. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Can I ask a general question on Lightroom? Do you guys use JPEG? Do you bring JPEGs into the library or just use the CR2 files?
Oh.
I only bring raw files in.
Yeah,
So when you pull them out, I just store my JPEGs on the hard drive and they'll get them off the hard drive when I need them. Is that what people do?
You mean when I export?
When you export, exactly.
Yeah, when I export my JPEGs that I'm going to use either online or whatever to a different folder on the hard drive, and then leave them there. But I don't put JPEGs in my Lightroom catalog.
Okay, I don't do that either. So I just want to know what the practice was or what folks were doing. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brian, one other trick you might want to try is I think in Lightroom there's such a thing as smart albums.
Yeah.
That
There is.
process that you went through to take the pics into the pic folder and the selects into the select folder, you can automate that process by turning them into smart albums.
You can, yes. And then you can also do smart albums to find stuff as well. So if you wanted to do a smart collection is what it's actually called. There's ones here like this one here. And when I made a 5-star picture, which so far I've only done one, it automatically added it into a 5-star smart collection here. And you can see that it has that one in there.
Yeah.
So it does that automatically, or you can set up your own smart files that'll do something automatically for you as well to automate the process, which I thought was pretty interesting. I'm new to it, and like I said, so I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I'm working at it.
Thanks, Brian. That was really helpful. Appreciate it.
Sure. So what else is going on? This meeting was more about just us being able to hang out a little bit and talk rather than a complete teaching meeting, but we'll go over anything y'all want to talk about. Hi, Barb.
Hello.
Let's see, Barb.
Hi, Barb.
So who knows where my background is?
Who's that?
Who knows where my background is?
All right, Dennis wants to know if anyone knows where his background is.
Somewhere in the Southwest.
No, well, not really.
I was guessing, is that anywhere close to Yosemite, that mountain range?
It's part of the Sierra Nevadas.
Okay. That's about as close as I can pick it.
Lone Pine, California.
Okay.
And you know the mountain?
Yep.
It's Mount McKinley. It's standing in front of the Best Western Hotel on 395 in Lone Pine, California.
Did you really mean Mount McKinley?
I think so.
Okay, because Denali used to be called Mount McKinley.
No. Well, I don't know about that, but it's the highest peak in the contiguous United States. Back up here in the, where it's illuminated.
How high is the peak?
14,000 something.
You can't get to my computer, buddy. No.
We were there this spring.
Nice.
I guess Paul Lewis is still in Northern Virginia. He didn't
From
make
what I
it back.
understand, yes.
Okay, and street photography was supposed to be his discussion or his show.
Yeah, when he
Last
gets
time
back and
around.
lets me know, we'll get him scheduled for one of the meetings to do that.
Okay.
Because I've seen his presentation before, and it's really good, and he has some really good photographs to show.
Yeah, I wanted to see it too.
Yeah, when he's available, we'll definitely get him involved and get him to show something. So, with the way everything's going, our WPS schedule is quite fluid. It's going to change as things change. So.
Yeah, I was looking next month. We were supposed to talk about posing and portraits, and then in June we were going to have Margie was going to see if her neighbor's family could come in to take pictures, and I thought, I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear and see what happens.
I don't see it happening in June. I really don't. Not the way things are.
No, yeah. I don't either. We're, like I said, we'll continue to move along with what makes sense and what we're allowed to do and what is a good health practice for all involved. So we'll just keep plugging along and see what happens if we have.
Mount Whitney.
Hmm?
Mount Whitney.
Mount Whitney. Okay.
My background. Sorry.
No, cool.
Sure.
Jim, where's your background at? That's not in this country.
Whoops, let me move out of the way. So that's in I won't be able to pronounce the castle's name correctly. It's Dorian or something like that. It's the Scottish Highlands, though.
Yeah.
It's over near the Isle of Skye, but not on the Isle of Skye.
Okay. Pretty cool. So yeah, Melissa, that as far as the family photo shoot, that'll be up in the air at this point for right
Well,
now.
that's what I figured.
Yeah. You know, we'll do everything that we're supposed to do and do the best that we can to follow our schedule, but some things are just not going to be able to be done. That's just all there is to it. So.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the list and I thought, oh, there's a couple things that are just kind of not gonna work out in the timing at the moment.
Yeah, I am working on the list myself. I have it here on my desk with me, and I'm doing the best I can as far as figuring out what to do if we're still having our meetings this way. So we'll adjust as we have to, I guess.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere on the internet that Governor Wolf has I think he has extended the stay at home now until May 15th
Yeah.
rather than May 1st.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he? I
really?
know New
Yeah.
York did, but did he?
Yeah, today, I think, today.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it on some news site
Yeah.
that the 7 states that have been formed as a group, have decided that they're not going to reopen or start reopening until the middle of May.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I heard that New York did today. I didn't hear that Pennsylvania did or not yet. But yeah, I know New York's part of the 7 states that the governor's dealing with. So
Yeah.
that doesn't surprise me though. I was expecting through the end of May actually myself. So
Yeah. Well, we take it a day at a time.
of course, by then I may actually have hair on the top of my head. It may actually grow back. I don't know. What else did you guys see? I posted, you can get Aurora 2018 HDR program for free.
No.
No.
Yep, it's on.
No, I didn't see it either.
I posted it on Reddit, so there's a link on Reddit to go get it for free.
And what is Aurora?
It's an HDR program.
Is it any good compared to our others? Like,
It is made by Luminar, so we know we've been dealing a lot with Luminar and talking about Luminar. It's made by them, and it seems to be a pretty good program, but it's free. You might as well go grab it.
yeah.
You know.
Is it only free for a certain length? I mean, like a free sample, or is it free?
No, it's a free full edition. When you click on the link, it's going to take you to PC Magazine, I believe it is, and then just scroll down through the article, and there's a link in there to go to Aurora and download it from there. They gave it to PC Magazine is for readers of them, is how I found it. So when you click on that link, it downloads Aurora, and they send you an email with a code that activates the program for full access. So it works
Forever?
well.
I mean, for a year, 2 years, or just
It's a
full
lifetime access. It's yours.
okay?
It's the same as buying it, but it's free.
Where'd you put it on Reddit?
It should be on the top of the page.
Top of the page is the March Photographer's Choice voting.
Melissa, you might try refreshing your page. I found that Reddit does not refresh automatically.
No, you do.
I just opened Reddit.
Yeah. It says the name of the post is Get Aurora HDR Free.
I'm not seeing that.
It's the third down. Third top down.
The third down for me is the SWG Light meeting invitation.
Hey, Melissa,
Right
on
above
your
that.
browser, actually do a refresh.
I did, and it's still not there.
Wait a minute. I have something here that says it was removed.
I
No,
see
I
it.
see it.
You guys see it?
Yeah,
I
I
see
see
it.
it.
Posted in the chat.
Well, all of you need to refresh.
Or go to,
Hey, don't get fresh air.
just actually,
Oh, it was no. I am getting a message from Reddit saying that it was removed.
Ah,
spam filters.
Yep. Hang on a second, guys.
I bet you go to the site, it's still there for you.
Yeah, it's still on here for me because I'm the one that posted it. Which
Well, I see it.
yeah, I see it too.
Well, I see the text. I don't see a link.
all right. So I can't remember how to get to chat.
Well, you have to get out of your screen,
Just get onto the bottom of the screen. The chat button.
and then, yeah, there's the chat
There it is.
bubble.
Chat.
Oh, hi, Beth.
Hi. Sorry, dinner was late.
That was the link that
Alright.
it gave me.
Yeah.
I put it in the chat thing there.
Yeah, it's gone now. So we'll go to chat, wherever chat is.
Now, what is that link for, Brian?
Aurora.
Aurora. It's an
Okay,
HDR program.
bit.ly.
Just copy and paste it in your,
There's another one that I put in. If you copy that HTTPS, that's
Yeah.
the actual article in. It's actually amateur photographer. I thought it was PC Magazine, but that's a link to the actual article where you can get it for free.
Okay. I will get that in my browser.
And you know what? I'll do in one of our regular emails, I'll send out and put that out to everybody. That way I know it won't get filtered out from anybody. So
All right, that's good.
I'll send that out to everybody. I'll keep that browser open.
Can you take the April Photographer's Choice and put it up where March is, so we can get rid of March?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Which,
Remind
by the way,
everybody that we do want to go ahead and add photos to that.
well, you don't add photos to that anyhow.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Enter the contest.
Yeah, enter the contest. All you have to do is pick the flare. The flare's already in there for you guys.
That's right.
wow, they sent that email quick.
Yes, it's nearly immediate. I had it downloaded and operating in a matter of just a few minutes.
I will wait to download it so that my computer doesn't get all
Funky.
down here, but
Faster internet.
yeah.
So that was there, and then I seen that Michael posted a thing about using your having a digital sensor put in your old film cameras.
Yeah, that was neat. Yeah.
So, and I had seen that somewhere else too. It popped up. So, Beth, maybe you want to change over a digital camera or a film camera to digital.
I might have a few extras I could use for that.
Yeah, I don't have boxes of them here either.
I might even have a couple extras that I could let other people try out if they wanted to. Although I haven't heard that those things actually work that well. So, because I think somebody on APUG tried one of their first generation ones. He was like, well, yeah, I think my phone's better.
Oh, there's Marty. Hey.
Yep, Marty just joined.
Okay.
Hi, Marty.
Sorry, I forgot.
That's okay.
I was holding Daniel and I forgot. Sorry.
Hi, Daniel.
Man, man.
Cool. Okay. I'm trying to think. Anything else I had? Oh, yeah. I wanted to show you guys how to turn your computer into a iPhone, so you can upload to
Instagram.
Instagram. Do you want to
Yeah.
see that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back over here. Let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, so Instagram. As you all know, when you open Instagram on a web browser, you cannot upload from your computer to Instagram. There's no button anywhere that says, let me put a photo on here, which has been an issue. And I've tried, I did use a plugin in Lightroom for a while that I'd found that was free. And it worked for a while, and then the licensing would change and you'd have to go and change it. And I had some issues with it, so I decided to quit with that. So I found this after doing some research, and it's actually a pretty easy way of doing it. I'm going to show you it on Chrome. I did try it on Windows Explorer, and I tried it on the other Windows browser, which I can't remember the name of it. Edge. And it works on both of those as well. And I know Dennis said the other day that he was using it, which means it works in most likely Safari, I'm assuming you're using?
Yeah.
Dennis? Okay. So it's a little different in each one. You might have to do a little looking, or you can let me know and I'll show you how to do it in the other ones as well. But the idea is the same. Basically, you need to turn this page into a coding page, which if you right click on a page and go to inspect, it gives you all this information over here. That's all the coding for the page itself. But up here on the top, there is a toggle device toolbar. And if you click on that.
Whoa. Okay.
See it there? It changes what you're looking at. So if you switch, and then over here, if we go right above here, you can see it says iPhone X. You can pick different things. I have found that the iPhone X works the best. The iPad and the iPad Pro, I can't get them to work, but if you go to iPhone X and then do a refresh, click inside the page, right click, and reload that. Now, down here at the bottom, you have a plus button.
What did you do? What did you click on?
I did a refresh inside the iPhone X screen. So I just did a right click anywhere in the page and do reload, Control R. And when you do that, it turns this, now the computer thinks that it's an iPhone, basically.
Yeah.
And you have a cursor, the little black cursor you see there scooting around. If I click on the plus button, it opens up my regular file browser and I can go find something and put on here. So let me open. I forget. Let's put that picture on.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's Peter Pan.
Tinkerbell.
It actually works pretty well. And then other than the screen's a little wonky because you're using an iPhone and the cursor's the big black thing that's scrolling around. But you can do the rest of everything on right through here now. I can write my caption. And if you wanted to add your hashtags, you do that all there right there. And then click share. And now it's added that picture for me to my Instagram account for me. And then when you're ready to go back to regular Instagram, just hit the X button and you go back to regular Instagram. Now, when you do that, as long as you don't refresh the page, it will stay like this and you can continue to use it that way. Once you refresh the page, it'll go back to being a regular computer page and you'll lose that plus button. But fairly simple, nice and easy. You can get right in there and do your thing and get your pictures uploaded to Instagram just like that.
Cool. So you have to repeat that every time you use it, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a lot easier than trying to transfer your pictures to your phone to get them to go up to Instagram. for those that use Instagram. If you don't use Instagram, I'm sure that was a waste of your time.
Yep, I save them to my Gmail photo account and then put them there and send them over into Instagram.
Right. I mean, I used to upload them to like Dropbox or anywhere that I could get them from my phone, and then go into my phone and do that. And then you're sitting there doing all your hashtags on your phone. Now you can do them right from your computer, which when I do them, like I said, I use a thing called sticky notes, and I have a set of hashtags that are already in there.
Well, that makes it easy just to copy and paste them then.
Do a copy and paste. I drop them in, and then I only add in the specific ones for that picture. And, you know, it takes me less time. It's a lot less of an aggravation. So,
Yeah, that's why I haven't used Instagram much lately, because it's too much of a hassle to get a picture in there.
Yep, I agree. I don't know why they won't just make it so that people can share from their computer, but they insist on it's a mobile app, and that's the way they want it done. So we have to fool them.
Well, speaking of Instagram, there is one account on Facebook that I follow that you got me into, and I can't remember which one it was. It's the one with all the legal something law.
The Law Talk.
Yeah. They posted, and I did not follow up on it, but I think my days are running together here being at home. I don't know if it was yesterday or today I saw it, but there was a professional photographer that posted a photo to Instagram, and some company wanted to use her photo for an article they were doing. She said no when they only offered her $50. They went to her Instagram and just took basically a screenshot of her Instagram with that photo and used it anyway without her permission. And the court approved that that was okay for that company to do.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
She
they
gave up her
upheld
copyright when she posted it.
Well, it's because when you post to Instagram, you give Instagram their right to use your photo as they.
Yeah, we talked about that before at an SWG meeting. Facebook and Instagram have in their agreement that you click on that you approve that they can use the images that you post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's them. That's not external companies being able to use them.
They can sub-license.
And that's what it's claiming they did, is they sub-licensed that company to use it.
It's consistent with the agreement that you approved when you went into that app. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I read that. I did see that, Melissa. I believe it was yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, I do remember seeing that on there that happened, and that the court upheld it and said no, you can't. They can use the picture. There's nothing you can do about it because it came from Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. And that's what that woman was trying to say. You know, she's a professional photographer. That's her way of advertising, or, you know, and yeah, they said no.
Yep.
So even if you put your name in the corner of it?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Well, I guess you could put stuff in there. No, I even think the agreement allows them to edit the image.
Yeah,
So you make sure you don't make your image any bigger than 8 pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you sign up for those apps, we all do it. We get the user agreement and click, okay, that's fine, I'll keep going, and you never read it. In there, it says that you can't. They have the right to use it, so they do.
You're kind of caught in the catch-22 here. You know, you could go without doing anything like that, but in the day and age that we have, you kind of have to post so that people get to see the stuff.
Yep.
You know, like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
they'll never know you exist if you don't post.
Exactly. Whether it be Facebook or Instagram or wherever you're posting at, they all have the same rules.
Yep.
Well, Rex might have been exaggerating with his 8 pixel, but you should put up relatively low resolution.
Yeah.
And then with the added with the watermark, at least you've protected yourself from the full resolution photos.
Yeah.
It made it a
But
little
if
bit more difficult for someone to use it.
But if
Yeah,
companies are taking screenshots and using a screenshot, that's about as low resolution as you get anyway.
Yeah.
Right, but they're, you know, if they're able to use,
Especially if they have a monitor like mine.
if you're taking a screenshot, I mean, that's perfectly usable for internet use.
Yeah.
You know, so you can do a screenshot and use that as a an image of a magazine article that's a internet magazine, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference really. So yeah, I know it's a
I forgot.
with a lot of people, and it's a sore nerve, but like you said, you're stuck. If you want to be seen, you have to post.
Back and forth with them.
And I guess
Maybe,
you have that option.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For John over there. You had a procedure that you can use Google to go looking for your images.
Yeah.
That you've discussed before. Can you kind of refresh this old mind of mine?
Okay, before I get to that, I was just looking at another computer screen.
Okay.
And looking back to June 27th of 2019 is, I lucked out. I brought up this SWG roundtable where I posted the text of when you post an image to Facebook or Instagram, and I put the exact text here. Now listen to this. You grant a non-exclusive, transferable, sub-license, royalty-free, and worldwide license to use, distribute, modify, run, copy, perform or display, translate, create derivative works of your content, but you still own the copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Wow.
the from the agreement that you've just approved. Yep.
Yeah.
Which site is that?
Yep. Now getting back to your second point, it's simple. You go to images.google.com.
Okay, images.google.
And when you go to that, in fact, I'm going to open up my browser. I'm not big on using the
I
screen.
just plugged it in, Robert. It doesn't work.
You go to images.google.com. And then when you go there, you'll see that.
There he goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian's doing it.
Yeah. If you see in there that there's a little camera thing, and what they're saying is you don't have to type anything in that text field. You can just drag your image into that text field, and then Google will go search the internet for that image.
So it won't pick up all your images that might be on the internet. It's just particular ones that you drag in there.
That's right. And it'll pick out, in other words, Margie, if you had one and you have another one that's very similar to that image, it may also flag that. There were some legal problems that Google was going through because they were also trying to add face recognition to that search, so that if I put a picture of you in there and said, can you find this picture, I could also say, could you find all the pictures that have this individual in it? And there was some legal disputes in that. I don't know where that stands right now.
Okay.
So guys, I actually just uploaded that picture that we just put on Instagram, and I told it to upload I uploaded the picture itself and had it do a search. Now it didn't find that particular picture, but that's probably because it's only been on the internet for 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. When you
Probably
look
not
at all
the
the,
Google searches yet.
It
Yeah.
took you a visually similar images, and it brought up a bunch of stuff that looks very similar to that picture.
yeah,
If you notice. So
yeah.
that's a pretty good one. I didn't. Yeah, I forgot about that, John. And Rex, thanks for bringing that back up. And John, thanks for
Right.
explaining it again. I forgot all about doing that.
What
I was-
remember the last time, I'm sorry, I remember the last time that you discussed it, I tried using it, and I put one of my images up, and it found it on Fine Art America, which was mine.
Yeah.
Okay. It found it on one of my own sites. Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I've gone in there and I've drug a picture from a car cruise, and I found out that, yeah, there's other car groups that have used my pictures around the country to illustrate a particular model or year of a car. But they give me credit for it in their blogs, so I can't complain about it. But at least it lets you know that that's going on.
Oh,
Okay, guys, here's actually, I just redid that with a different picture that I know that's been online for a little while.
Yeah.
So it's a picture of this girl that I took at the Renaissance Festival that I posted last year. It come up with searches for girl, Marin Morris girl on YouTube. It gave me a whole bunch of redheads. There's my picture from Pittsburgh Renfest, but it's on gramho.com, which I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, you can learn a lot about who's stealing your images. You really can.
It might be a site, like when I was doing Google searches for my stuff, I was finding that there was sites out there that like clumped whole bunches of Instagram photos for hashtags for people.
And that is actually what this is. When I clicked on that, it took me to a whole bunch of pictures from the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival.
Yeah.
It's
I've
actually
noticed.
pulled those hashtags is what it's done.
Yeah, there's sites that pull hashtags, similar hashtags into one group.
Yep. So there you go. That actually worked.
Yep. Yep. It's a nice feature. I'm amazed that Google is trying to index every image on the planet, and that they can do it that fast. I'm sure they catch everything, but it's quite amazing what they can find.
You know, if Google would just loan one of their servers to the Pennsylvania unemployment group, maybe we could get some
and the
of our
liquor control board.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You have an
it
office.
won't be one server. It'd be at least a couple racks.
Hi, Dale.
No.
John walking away, you could see him walking through his picture.
Is that enough?
Walking through the sagebrush.
No, yeah. That, by the way, that picture is out. I think it's. Let me think about it. It's a little north of Dayton, Nevada, and it's a section of the desert that I seem to like for a reason. No, the reason why I walked away is because I got a warning thing up. My laptop is running out of battery, so I had to get my charger.
I actually did that earlier today. I unplugged it and let the battery die so I could recharge it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, but and Beth posted it. The Westmoreland Arts Festival photos are posted online.
Mm-hmm.
All 145.
Can we go to?
You can go vote if you go through their album and like each of the pictures from everybody in the club.
Brian, I put it in the chat message link.
Okay.
I noticed that there's a lot of photography that made it into
I thought
that.
there was too.
Some of them I'm kind of
Yeah.
but
I think next year we need to do a concerted effort to get club members to submit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I'm seeing is,
Well, you know what, Beth?
I liked the
I made
ostrich
the comment to Pat that I thought there were
Melissa
some
did as well.
photos that weren't great photos, in my opinion, my humble opinion, But then I did notice the email we received from them either today or yesterday. They normally take roughly 100 photos, and I guess since it was going to be a virtual exhibit, they upped it by 50. So it's probably a little, on average, lower quality maybe than it normally is.
Could be.
That link took me to their Facebook
There you
page.
go.
There.
Okay.
That post doesn't have, I don't know if that has all of them or not. That one might. Because they have one, click on the, where it says WAN virtual exhibit.
Where's it? Oh, right here.
Right there, yeah. That's not the Facebook album one, but if you scroll through this, it does
Yeah,
have
there's a
all.
link there. See the Facebook link?
You have to find, if you
you
go
go-
over on the left and click posts,
I went through photos.
download, yeah, that might do it too.
I went through photos and then went to the album.
Yeah,
There, the 2020s.
Yep.
Yeah.
that one.
Okay. Well, they didn't make that easy to find, but there it is.
No, I think that's why Melissa and I both posted links.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, go on there and find anyone that belongs to our club and vote for them.
Yeah, I have
my
to go back and vote
ostrich
for
is up,
things.
I think, to 14.
There it is.
Yeah,
There's one right there.
yep,
And
The
the seahorse
seahorse-
is on there.
The seahorse. Okay.
yep, that one's,
And Beth's, I think, is down a little further.
yeah, they're in alphabetical order.
A lot of us might not know, one of our new members is Candace Kubinick. I'm not sure how she pronounces her last name.
Yes.
She has some in here.
Oh, okay.
There's
That's
Beth's
the only
photo.
two you had, Melissa?
Yeah, that's the only two I had.
Here's-
There's
here's
Beth's
Beth.
waterfall.
This one here, this is Beth's?
Yep,
Yeah.
black and white.
Oh, okay. Let me vote. I might as well do that while we're here.
So Beth, you voted already 11 times?
No, no, my mother-in-law voted for it.
Hey, Brian, stay on this page. Candace photos are the boats, the butterfly, and the kitty cat, and the water lilies.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Candace, yes, definitely. That's a nice shot.
And the other one that's got a couple in is, oh my gosh, my mind just went blank.
Alexis Dillon.
Claire.
Oh, and Claire, yeah. Alexis Dillon has a few, and Claire has 3, I think.
I'm sorry, who's Alexa?
Alexis, I
She
think
was-
is still on the books.
No, she's not. She hasn't for
She's not now?
several years
Okay.
now. But she used to be one of the original members from way back.
Yeah.
She's
And
a
see, there's a
local-
Tiny Planet one.
Yeah. Yep.
Saw that.
So she's a local artist from Greensburg area, Jim.
Okay.
If I come across any guys, let me know if you see them.
I think
Did you
Claire's
go
were right
up there?
before mine.
Those 3 black, oops, go back down a little bit. Those 3 black and white are mine.
I have to go back. I didn't make it as far as yours, Jim. Ooh, that's cool.
That's
You
nice.
can vote twice if you want, Brian.
No, actually, you can't.
Oh, you
If
can't?
he clicks it again, his check
If I-
mark will be gone.
If I click it again, it'll take my vote off.
Oh,
Because you either like it or you don't like it on Facebook.
gotcha. Hey, Brian, stop for a second.
Yes.
Go back up just one. Okay, I'm sorry, one more time. So the woman with the blue headpiece on, and then the one down below, look at the price on that baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's an extra 0.
She's
Yeah.
got, this woman's
Find
got
somebody who
three in
likes it,
there,
they'll pay for it.
and they're all up in that price range.
Wow.
Mine
Well,
isn't showing
she's from
other.
Graphite.
She's from New York too. New York. So they're used to selling stuff at them prices up there.
And that's not small either, because it's 36 by 18.
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
That's a lot of sketching and filling in.
Cool.
The other thing I'm noticing here is because of the Facebook, they're all squares. If you go on the actual website, there's the full-size version.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to, well, if you click on the picture on Facebook, it gives you the full size.
Oh, okay. Hey, by the way, go back down a little bit. I'm sorry. There's one that I thought was really cool. Right there, lower left.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a person.
Yeah, I love the, do they give the titles there? Oh, yeah, Sahara Sarah.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
$750.
36 by 55.
It's in my imagination. Is that Dune looks like the outline of a
Yeah, it is.
human
Why
body?
it's called Sahara Sarah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Sarah, and the Sahara's in the background. Cool. All right, guys. I like that. Thank you. I voted. Everyone else can vote.
Brian,
Yes.
I said thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything else going on? Anybody got anything they want to talk about?
I attempted to do the bubble pictures today, and I don't think I'm going to get very far with those.
What bubble pictures?
Just photos of the bubbles, or the film of the bubble, or anything.
Oh, the one that I sent you?
Yeah, I tried
Oh.
that, and I tried photographing a bubble, and I'm not getting anywhere. All my bubbles, I'm getting no colors on them. I can't get my flash or the light to be where it needs to be so that it's not in the picture. I'm not getting what I want.
So keep trying.
Jumping.
Don't give up. Try something different.
I know I have to think about what I did and what I should do. It's opposite of what I did.
I do want to say on the photographer's choice, you do not need to just take some kind of landscape or a photo of a person. It's stuff like what Beth has done. She's got some very creative artwork, as well as Marty and etc., Melissa. Those can actually be put into the photographer's choice too.
Yeah, I mean the photographer's choice on our thing is whatever you've taken this month. That's the only requirement, is that you've taken the picture this month. So it doesn't have to be a landscape or a portrait or whatever. It can be whatever you've taken. So if you took the picture this month, put it on.
I can't wait for the weather to change. I want to go take pictures somewhere, something, even in the backyard. Just
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of disappointed that I let those couple 70-degree days go by while I was sleeping in the couch.
How dare you?
Yeah.
But I'm getting to the point where being in the house is driving me nuts. So it's not going to be long till I at least start venturing out on my own to go places. But yeah, because I'm getting tired of sitting in the house. Besides that, I've watched every TV program I ever wanted to watch.
Hey, Brian, I got books.
We don't have that many years.
It took them over a year or two, 5 years to read one book.
Yes, I'm not a reader, as most of you may know, but I was reading a book that took me 5 years to read. And no, it was not a huge book. It just took me that long to actually finish it. Then, of course, when I did get it done, Margie said, well, that was one of the hardest books you could have ever read. So
It made you feel good,
Yeah.
huh?
No, it isn't as, it wasn't like real hard, but I don't like detailed of different places, you know? Give me just the guts of the book. Don't tell me that this castle was made in such and such time and the owners were such and such king. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like the history within the book.
yeah, it was a
I can't remember what to call it.
one
Everybody knows
of
it.
the books in the Da Vinci Code
Yeah.
series, and it was extremely detailed, which I liked. I didn't mind that. It just I'm not a reader, so it took me a long time to get around to it.
Watch The Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
I have not gotten Disney Plus yet, but I will tell you I am very tempted at getting it at this point in time.
We can get a month free.
Yeah,
And
same here.
watching The Mandalorion is excellent.
Everybody has said
Yeah,
that, and that is one of the reasons why I'm thinking of getting it.
Yeah.
It's only what, $5?
You either get a week or a month free.
$6.95.
Yeah, $6.95.
Yeah,
And you
$6.95.
watch
Yeah.
Frozen 2 and 1. And you watch all Star Wars movies.
Yeah. And I heard that all the Marvel stuff that they're working and going to go through there as well. That's why I'm so tempted to get it.
Yeah.
I've been to watch all that.
My friend gave me her password and login for it, so I don't have to pay for it, but I just haven't got around to getting into it.
Just be careful. Netflix is adding a security feature.
It's not Netflix.
No, I'm just saying Netflix has a security feature that other live stream people are going to probably incorporate. You have to register up to 5 devices that you can log into the Netflix account. I'm suspecting Disney might do the same.
You don't have to do that off the bat. You can have 5, but you don't have to have all 5 registered.
Well, the problem is my sister has an account and more than 5 people on any given day are going to access it. So.
Right.
Yeah, me and my friend from Pittsburgh, we share things like that. So she uses my Netflix account with her one computer, and I use it here with my stuff. And then she gave me her information for the Disney Plus. So that's the 2 computers on there.
Anybody watch The Handmaid's Tale?
No.
I started that a while back, but I haven't continued it. But I did start it. It was pretty interesting, the first few episodes that I watched. I'm a creature of habit. I'm watching Criminal Minds for the 28th time, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
And MASH. I watched all of MASH recently.
Wow.
I just posted on Reddit a photo that I did yesterday. I find it very boring, but it was nice little procedure just to try. I was playing with light in a pendulum type.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's really neat. Yeah. See, stuff like that you could put on the photographer's choice.
My brain was a little creative lacking. I could have done something with maybe the crystal ball or something to try to give it a little bit more
pizzazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't find my crystal ball. I found the package that it came in.
Well, that's not going to help you.
I can't find the ball. I don't know what I did with it.
Did you stick it in a camera bag?
I have went through every camera bag that I own. And that's where I remember putting it, but it ain't there.
Huh.
Yeah, it's the one you forgot about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even went through my truck outside.
I hadn't been around you, Brian.
I don't have a spare one, so I didn't take it.
There is a place on the internet it keeps popping up on my Facebook scroll that they're giving one away for free. You have to pay shipping, but the ball's free.
I have seen that several times on Facebook too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their logo is like a flipped copy of lens balls too. I
Yeah.
think, if it's the same one that I've seen.
Yep.
Got time out for a Kodak advertisement?
Sure.
Folks,
Check us
I'm
out.
going to duck out. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
some things to do, so I'll catch up with you maybe next week.
See you,
Okay,
John.
John. We'll talk to
Okay,
you later.
John, take it
All right.
easy.
Bye-bye.
Stay warm.
Good night, John Boy.
Okay, we'll see you, Mike.
Good night, John.
I can't even, it looks backwards to me. I hope that's right way around to you guys.
Take care.
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay. The salt and pepper shakers. I have no idea where we got it. Okay.
You have to keep talking to keep your screen showing up there, Rex.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can Rex share his
That's up.
video?
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, I can see my own, but it's only small. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's still small.
We see you. We see you.
Okay. Anyway, I just wanted you to see these little, I thought this would be interesting. Never been used. Someday we will, probably we'll have to when we get poor, real poor. But this is
neat.
what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
400. Yeah.
I need to get them turned around the other way on my screen. Okay, enough of that. I just thought that would be a moment to fill in the time.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
So
Salt
in
and
other
pepper
words, your
shaker.
food's going to be grainy.
Yeah, it's going to be grainy. Salt and pepper.
So, Melissa, did you figure out where my picture's from?
No, I keep wanting to say the librarian, but that's not right.
Nope.
No. 'Cause I've watched all of those.
I have too. I love
It's
this.
a movie, and it features
Yeah.
a blue door quite often.
The door.
I'm glad I finally stumped you on something.
Blue door.
Google, what movie has a blue door in it?
You know, he's probably going to tell me, and I'm going to be like, oh my God.
And it does fall under, I believe someone mentioned rom-com, which would be a romantic comedy.
Doctor Who?
Nope.
You said Blue Door. Never mind.
DL, I know where your picture's from.
The blue door?
Yeah, I know where DL's is from.
Yep.
Is it called the blue door?
No, huh?
No, because that's a horror movie. This is a rom-com.
This
Say it.
character is a secondary character, maybe you would call him. So he's not the main character in the film, but he's in there quite often throughout the film.
So it takes place in a bookstore.
Yeah, that is a bookstore. The one main character in the film owns the bookstore.
It's not, it's not When Harry Met Sally.
No.
You got mail?
Oh.
No.
Notting Hill?
There you go.
Yeah, I got it.
See, that's why I didn't get it. I don't really watch.
I watched that one, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's good when you Google things.
Yeah, my Googling hadn't gotten there yet.
So Margie, you Googled what, movies with blue doors in them?
Actually, I Googled, let me see here, what old romantic movie has a blue door in it about a bookstore?
Well, that's pretty precise.
Yeah.
There you go.
How far down do you have to scroll?
It's right there.
Okay.
First one.
Yeah, the big thing was the blue door. That's actually a big deal, actually, if you start looking at that blue door. It being in that movie, it's become a tourist attraction in the town where they shot the movie. and a lot of people go to see that door. I don't know why it's a door, but anyhow, yeah, that's from Notting Hill. Okay, I finally stumped some people. I have to come up with something new for next time.
Well, in case, like, I watch a lot of fantasy and action adventure action, sort, like, I don't do a lot of romance.
Okay, so, well, like you say, you got speed immediately. You got, I was going to do something from Lord of the Rings, which I had picked out, but I knew you would know that immediately.
We would have got that one.
Half a second.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, guys? It's good to get together. I'm glad we got to, we did this as far as just a, and if you want to do this each week, we will while we're still in sequester.
Yeah.
I think it's just a nice way of getting together and BSing a little bit. It don't necessarily have to be about photography, but kind of like our after meeting dinners that we had where we'd go and just sit around and talk. So
Has anybody been to any of the lakes, Twin Lakes, any of the Keystone, to know if there's a lot of people walking around, or is it dead there?
I'm afraid to go because every time I drive by, they're like packed full.
Yeah.
During the weekend. During the
Annie was in
weekday,
one of them
it's
today.
fine. Anytime I've driven by any park like that, it's been packed.
Yeah.
I went past Bushy Run, which is out where I live, and it was, I never saw so many cars at Bushy Run in my life.
Yeah.
Well, I knew they were about a week or two ago. I wasn't sure if it was still that way.
Twin Lakes will get a lot of fishermen.
The good news is that
That's right.
at least people are using the parks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the bad news is they're not abiding by the rules and the gist of why everybody's being quarantined.
Right, and they're also, I've seen a lot of posts where they're not following the habit of pack it in, pack it out. They're leaving all the garbage there, which right now you need to take that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beth, we moved to the bogs.
I did, but I noticed that my hair is now green. I'm guessing
like it,
because it's
Beth.
black and white. It
You gotta try it, Beth.
I have to find something else. I don't like green hair. If I dye mine, it's going to be blue or purple.
Blue would look good on you.
Thanks. Yeah. I like blue.
If you're blue, you're Smurf.
Oh,
A lot of us are going to go to pink, blue, yellow, or something with our roots growing out.
Yeah, I don't have that problem, but
Oh, there's Pittsburgh.
I
don't either.
I have no hair. Oh, I did see a petition running around online for that they're signing to try to get the hair salons to do a soft opening and appointment only kind of thing.
Yes.
One-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Even by appointment only, they're going to be trying to pack in people in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that, a little bit by appointment only is better than zero. And that's
Yeah,
the way
but Margie, do you know how many people need to go get their hair done?
I'm one of them. That's I sort of like the cold weather because I can keep my cap on.
Only problem with by appointment, you have to have someone that's going to keep the schedules. I know my barber. I sent him a text message. Hey, it's 4:30 a good time for me to come up? He'll say, yeah. I'll still be sitting there for an hour.
Well, see,
I'll sit for an hour, Dio. I will.
You know what, Dio? Like the vet, of course, I'm supposed to have a healthy dog and a healthy cat. Ha ha, very funny. The vet has been doing it's by appointment only, and what you do is you go in, you tell them you're there, you sign in, and then you go back out and sit in your car and wait for them to call you to tell you to come in when the room's open.
They won't even let us go in. Trixie had to go the other day. She had a real bad limp, and they take her directly from the car.
Yep, that's what my vet's doing too. They'll come out. You call them when you get there.
Yes.
They'll come out and
get
take
the
dog
baby
in.
Yep. But at least they're open. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. I mean, I had to pick up medicine and they said, when you get here, just call us from the parking lot. We'll take your card number, unless you're paying with cash, but
Yeah.
we'll run it and then we'll bring it out to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some places I would like to see open, but not every place. I think that would really cause problems. I do know as of, what was it, Saturday night, we're all supposed to wear a mask going into any retail establishment?
Yeah.
Sunday night at 8 o'clock.
When?
Sunday night at 8 o'clock that goes into
Alright.
effect.
They're supposed to refuse service to anybody who doesn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
Unless you're going in to buy food, and then you don't have to wear a mask.
I thought it said if you went to the
Oh.
grocery store, you had to buy food or have a mask on.
Yes.
Yeah.
For anything retail.
Anything.
No, if you read it, it says in there that if those that are going in to buy medication or food specifically are not required to wear a mask.
Well, Wolf said today all retail.
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest things that I've seen. So I'm sure that changed, but that was originally when they put that out yesterday.
Yeah, that was probably an
That was
idiot.
what was in there. It said that you had to wear a mask if you were going into a store to buy non-essential items. If you were going in a store to buy essential items, you didn't have to wear a mask. Which, because I actually was out
on your food and shit. Nah.
Gosh.
I was out yesterday and they were telling me that at the store that I was in. I was talking to the ladies that work there, and they had knew all about that because they had a conference call about it through their company, and they couldn't figure that out. And I said, yeah, I can't figure that out. That makes absolutely no sense. So if I come in the store and I'm only going to buy food, I don't have to wear a mask. But if while I'm here, I pick up a bottle of shampoo, then I have to go out and get my mask and put it on first. Right?
Yeah, that's for everybody now.
Yeah.
So much.
Yes, do you put it on before going into the bank?
Well,
So does anybody know why there's such a queue at the banks today?
Why there's what?
A queue. Like a dozen cars lined up at the ATM lines at the banks.
They're going to cash their checks they received direct in their accounts from the stimulus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, because the stimulus, a bunch of the stimulus checks come out, so I'm sure they're all running there to take the money out so that they don't decide to take it back or something.
You
guys see
that I posted are just to my photos.
That one guy had got his stimulus check, which was
Are you
supposed
gonna get
to be
on Zoom?
$1,700 check, and we went to check it. It was $8.2 million.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
He withdrawed it.
Well, I knew you were working on it. I just didn't know if you were getting on with us or not.
You're transferred to the Caymans.
Oh, my.
That was.
I actually thought that's why you were calling, to make sure we were still on Zoom.
Melissa, are you talking to Annie?
I am.
Yeah, Annie, to hang up. She's disturbing us.
Walking in the door.
Annie,
sign on or shut up.
Yeah, Margie's talking tonight.
Yes, tell her to hush up. Hang up.
All right, well, get on Zoom. Bye.
Yeah, she's just
The reason
getting
I
off the
answered
work.
it because it was Annie. I thought she was out having trouble getting on Zoom or something.
No, she
I
worked.
know she was working. She was out today and had an issue with her car. Got hit. Something got hit
Yeah.
driving by something,
She's
and
wired. Yeah.
it scratched her windshield, and she fought with the people and made them give her their insurance information. And I was on the phone with her during the whole process.
Oh, dear God.
So she got her badge out and went to the guy, because the guy didn't want to give her the information. So she got her constable badge out and went over to him and said, "Listen, you're going to give me the information," and then he did immediately. Yeah.
Only Annie, I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess what it was someone was cutting a tree, and as she drove by, they actually cut a wire. and the wire come down and hit the windshield of the car and scratched the windshield.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yep. She turned right back around too.
Yeah.
Was it after she was at my house?
It was leaving your house, Marty.
Yeah. All your fault, Marty.
Oh, well. That's all right. I have
Marty,
photos.
you're making masks, right?
Yes.
How much are you selling them for?
Just a donation.
I hate when you say that.
Selling them. Just a donation.
$100.
So the going price that I'm seeing on Facebook is anywhere between $5 and $10 per mask.
Okay.
If that helps.
That's silly. That's silly.
You can give Marty $15 or $20. I'm sure she won't complain. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people when they're saying, "Oh, I'm making masks and I'm selling them for $5 to $10" is what I'm seeing usually.
Yeah, I'm not wanting to make a profit, you know.
Why not?
Oh, because I'm not that way.
No, but you got to cover at least your material.
No.
No.
It's been bucks.
All right, I'll take 25 masks. When can I pick them up?
Well, I'm in the well, there's a couple I made. Hold on.
Well, somebody disappeared.
Went to get the mask.
That's Marty. She went to get a mask to show us that she's making.
So I just made this one for Bob.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
You have the zebra style?
Wow.
You have to talk, Marty, whenever you show them, because I can't get it to stick on your.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Talk, Marty.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, show it to us while you're talking.
This is Daniel's. So, and then I made some for my daughter and handing out to Marilyn because she works in facility. So this is her husband's, this red.
Where'd you get the pattern? I'm sorry.
Online.
Yeah.
And then this purpley one. And then a maroon colored one. And this like flowered one. That's all I have right now. But I have lots of material, so.
You're taking over for Lori Grenier.
I don't know that person.
Okay. Shark Tank.
Oh. Not that either, so.
They're nice, Marty.
Thank you.
Very nice.
And Beth, seeing your background, I can't remember if it was, I think it was that one. I think when we were up on the hill, I actually had one of them, I can't remember if it was that one or when we were down below, but I think it was from up on the hill like that one, that I actually had printed in black and white. And it turned out, I think, better than the color version.
They do look cool in black and white. I've got one, I don't know, somewhere on my hard drive. I did one of them in black and white, and I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I printed it in color, and then I printed it in black and white, and I think I like it in black and white better than the color.
Is this fine? No.
Well, guys, I gotta run. I'm out of here. So it's a nice meeting.
Okay, Barb.
I'll
Good
catch
seeing
you all
you.
another time.
Good seeing you.
Have a
Nice
good
seeing you.
night.
Glad to see you again.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Barb.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 What's Jim doing?
Putting items in my checkbook.
$1 million
You're writing us checks, Jim.
Yeah, I'm writing you all a stimulus check.
Man, hurry up and get that here.
It might take a while for the mail to arrive.
Yeah.
Jim, do you need my address? I can put that in the chat room there.
Yeah. It's Miss Margie's done.
Since I'm not getting a stimulus check for a while, I could use $1 or $2, you know.
I'll see what
You
I
don't
can
have
do.
yours automatic?
Well, you have to file taxes to get a stimulus check, and you guys
You
know
did
my.
last year. You told me last year you called up.
Well, I was up until last year.
Hey,
Then you should
Jim,
be-
I need $1 million.
It's being based on 2018 or 2019 taxes being filed, and I haven't filed either one of those.
Hi, Annie.
Hello.
Hi, Annie.
Hello.
Last year I filed the 2017 and 5 years back all at one time. So I gotta do my 18s before they send me any money.
Or you have to go tell them where to send it. You don't have to file it.
Yeah, it's actually you do. I went to the IRS's website and looked it up, and it says that if you have not filed 2018 or 2019 taxes, you have to do that before they will send you a check.
But I thought if you had no obligation to file.
Well, I do have, yeah, but I do have an obligation to file. So.
Oh, small detail.
Yeah, I'm required to file, so I have to file first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Annie, did I hear Annie show up?
Yes, Annie's
Yeah,
here.
there she is.
I'm here.
Annie, there is a link in the chat box off to the side that goes to that. It goes to their full album.
It's where?
In the
In
chat box.
the chat box on the screen.
Oh, okay.
And I'll actually send an email out with a link to the album and a link to that free Aurora so that it goes out to everyone with no questions. Since they pulled it off of Reddit for us. So I'll put that stuff out for everyone.
She's back.
Yeah, sorry. Grace told me Brad was sleeping, and he's supposed to be watching the kids.
Whoops.
Oh. Any questions, Annie?
I don't know. About what?
About everything we've said tonight?
Yeah, quite a few questions on that one. So what the hell happened?
Annie, how was business?
A little slow tonight. Last night wasn't. Last night got killed. Tonight was a little slower. But I think everybody must have been out eating last night because Chick-fil-A was killed too last night. It's crazy.
Everybody's tired of cooking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the cabin fever's starting to catch up with everyone.
Yeah. I think they all. I think there's so many people got their checks yesterday that they just went out.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
We did Rizzo's one night.
Did you?
Yeah, it's all right.
I haven't been to Rizzo's in quite a while.
I made the mistake to go to Rizzo's on Good Friday. Traffic was backed up onto Route 119.
Mm-hmm.
It took me about a half hour in line to get through.
For which place was that?
For
Jim?
Rizzo's.
Rizzo's. I need to, you know what? People need to go to these restaurants. We just had managers, they just left a whole lot of top execs go, and we're losing 2 managers in our store. They've closed all the Red Robins that are associated with the malls that are attached to the malls. They've all closed. So, and then last week I heard that Cracker Barrel had over 600 associate managers go. So the restaurant business is really starting to suffer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I don't want to sound like a real idiot, but I really don't have the money to go out to eat either.
Well, I know, and there's a lot of people that don't, and I get it. I understand it completely. So right now, I mean, I could get more hours at work, but with this, the way things are, as long as I collect partial unemployment, I'm supposed to be entitled to that $600 a week, and I can't afford to screw that up either.
Yeah.
So,
Where do you work, Annie?
what's that?
Where do you work?
Red Robin.
Oh, okay.
In Greensburg.
West.
I agree that I agree with Melissa. It's a shame, but I can't afford to go out to eat all the time either.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've limited mine to either once a week I order pizza, or once a week when I do my grocery shopping outside of the house, I'll stop somewhere and pick something up to eat that day. But yeah, it's you know, the places are in trouble, but not everyone can afford to go do it because we're not working.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I totally get that. I understand that because I didn't work for 4 weeks myself, so I totally get it, and I understand everybody's, you know.
I think those small businesses are hurting even more, though. At least the restaurants can have a pickup, but these small businesses, they're absolutely nothing, you know?
Right, the ones that are totally shut down. Yeah, the whole thing. It just is. It's really rough on everybody. Period. It's just, you know. So, but
I just want the liquor stores open. Damn it!
I just want the website to work.
It doesn't work.
They're not open. I
Get
just want
off of the
website to work.
website, yeah.
If the website would at least work, I'd be happy.
well, I've got some alcohol here. I could bring it in and do a drop off if you want it.
I heard the state stores are taking orders.
Distribution stores.
No, state stores aren't open. The beer stores are open, but the state stores aren't.
Actually, they started pushing employees back to the state stores to start filling orders for the online order process.
Right.
Oh, did they?
Only
They're trying to increase it.
out of
Just take
600
more
of the stores.
Well, that'll be better than 2.
Yeah. It's 100 stores, but like Dennis just said, that's better than the 2 that they had open.
Oh yeah, they had 3 statewide. Are you
website
kidding
working
me?
yet?
My next door neighbor makes wine.
They're working on it.
Makes wine. My wine supply is starting to get a little low. I think I'm down to 6 bottles.
And
what?
Annie, you remember those 3 bottles that you gave us?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday, I just finished the 3rd one.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
Rex is
Can you
getting
fill me
low
up? I need a little more right now.
Rex is getting a little low there.
I have 3 bottles here at the house that I've had since when I was allowed to drink.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 years since I was allowed to drink. So.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Brian, you can put
That's
those
pretty
in a
good.
bag and put them out on the porch, and I'll be by tomorrow to pick them up.
Well, they weren't the only 3. We buy it by the box, so that's what's been going down in between.
That's good. Nope.
Well, I'm gonna hop off, guys. Good catching up with you, and we'll catch you the next time.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Take it easy, Rob.
We'll
Thank
see you
you,
later.
too. Stay
See ya.
safe.
Yep.
Rob. Well, Rob's getting off. I'm going to get off too. Good night, folks. Talk to you next
Hey,
week.
Jim.
Good night, Jim.
All right, good night, Jim.
See, I get on and everybody leaves me.
That's right. That's right.
That's what you get for being late.
We're getting down to the hardcore.
Yeah, I know. That's what I get for having to work, right? Yeah, I know.
You know, well, it's a lot like our after meeting dinners.
Yeah.
Everyone goes out, and then it starts filtering out to where it gets down to those last 3 that or sometimes it's been me and DL there till 2 or 3 in the morning. So.
Yeah. DL's still with us?
Is he still on?
I'm still here.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still
right.
there.
Okay.
Hey,
Just doesn't
DL,
want us seeing him.
I have a technical question for DL.
Uh-oh.
My computer has 2 hard drives in it. It has an SSD drive in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a regular hard drive in it.
Okay.
The SSD drive runs the system and my programs.
Right.
If I want to increase the size of that, how do I go about doing that?
Oh, that gets fun. Well, do you have another computer, desktop computer?
Well, it's my laptop that I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah, I have,
Do you have another desktop
several
computer?
computers here, so that's not an
What
issue.
What you'll have to do is you'll have to back up the data that's on your C drive someplace, put the larger hard drive in, and then pull it back. Imaging gets fun.
Yeah, it sounds like
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imaging is real
I'm
fun.
thinking of putting it has a 250 gig SSD drive in it, and I want to switch it over to 1 terabyte.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Woo.
I can find you some deals on 1 terabyte drive. Once we get out of this lockdown shit, I can hook up my system and make a copy of it for you.
Okay, it don't have to be immediate, but I want to make that switch on this computer. So
yeah.
All right.
Well-
Maybe it'd probably be another month before we're allowed to do anything, but maybe
Sure.
after that we can work that out.
Well, we can always just meet up someplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking computers, I'd like to get a new computer if we ever make it out of lockdown.
What kind of computer?
I don't know. Something that I can use that'll be up to date and fast and can do the photo stuff.
How much money?
Well,
Top amount.
reasonably priced.
You want-
I don't want to spend like $2,000 on a computer, but
Do you want a desktop or a laptop?
I'd prefer a laptop because I like to carry it with me.
Oh.
Well, the one that I use
Bill's out there, but I can send you some links.
Okay.
Yeah, DL's good at finding those. The one that I'm using is an MSI. I spent about $1,500 on it. And it's plenty good enough. It's running right now. It's running this software, our meeting, the internet, and Lightroom is open too right now.
Right.
Yeah, I like my MSI too. The only difference is, there's a little bit more difference here and there, but mine is 17-inch screen.
I don't think I want yours, Margie. You have a lot of problems with that computer.
Actually,
No, I
the only
think
problem-
it's the operator.
Computer or the operator?
It's
the
the
only problem
operator.
I had was
ID
the only
10C.
problem I had was that Windows update. And I have the same one Brian does. I'm just 17-inch screen.
It's the operator. We know.
Yeah.
All those ID 10C errors.
Yeah, there's a lot of good computers out there as
Yeah.
far as that goes, and DL is your source to find out what you want. He'll tell you. You talk to him, he'll let you know what to get. And go from there. Me and DL went back and forth for I don't know how many months on different computers until I finally decided on one. So I'd find something and then send it to DL and say, should I buy this one? And then he would send it back and go, no, buy this one.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, like the income tax came in, but we got to get through all of this to make sure I have any money left over.
Yeah.
Before I actually go and get one, but I was hoping to use a portion of the income tax return to get a new computer. So now I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Yep.
I seen that Apple released a couple new computers too there the other day. Of course, they're not cheap. They were their pro version computers, but
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the new Apple iMac Pro or the Apple Pros. Yeah, whatever they're calling them. Yeah, they'll start at about $6,000 and go up
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Holy shit.
Wow.
Understand one thing. They were designed to be professional workstations.
Yeah.
They technically they are worth the money for what they do, but it's still, you still have the Apple tax. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You can. I think if you build one of them, they're in the $50,000 range. If you build one completely all the way out to everything that you can put in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, but you could also run NASA and the NSA and like 3 other things at the same time.
In the unemployment office for Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
What I really
That
love
probably
is
runs on
Apple's,
COBOL, right?
the new monitor. You see the new monitor for it's like $6,000 for the monitor and another grand for the stand.
Wow, for the stand?
For the stand, a whole
Wow.
$1,000 for an effing stand.
What
That's
the
what I mean
heck
by
is?
there's an
What's
Apple
that thing made out of? Gold? Or
and
is it?
it's
Or is it
Apple.
well, for
It's Apple.
$1,000,
I mean,
it might
don't
be
get me wrong.
platinum.
It's a really nice stand. It's a really nice stand, especially for the
I
monitor
guess.
hanging on that. It's a beautiful stand, but it's $1,000 for a fucking stand.
Hey, DL, I bet we can build at least 10 of them for a freaking $1,000.
You know a machinist?
Yeah, I do. I know someone.
There we go.
Yep.
All right, let's go undercut them. Well, there is a knockoff case already out there. It's like $200 or $300, so we can start there for building the computer.
Marty, there's something your hubby could do.
Yeah.
He could build stands for that for that and make a big buck.
Oh.
Give me a second. I want to pull up a video.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I have a question that maybe is a little simpler, and it's just me looking at my own image on the screen here. Is there a way to simply reverse the image that I see on Zoom so that it looks like the way everybody is seeing it?
I think
right here.
Settings.
Yeah.
Zoom have a reverse feature? Oh, go ahead.
Up arrow by down in the bottom by video. If you click the
Yes.
up arrow
Oh, got
and
it.
video settings.
Let's see. Well, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, it says easy camera, select camera, video settings. Okay, got it.
Video settings. One of those choices is going to have my video and it's going to say mirror my video.
Oh.
And if you can click that on or off.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's on, so I'm going to turn it off and then go off and see what we have. Yeah, okay. Now, done. Problem solved. Thank you, Beth. Got it.
I know because I did that earlier. It was driving me nuts.
Hey, well, it's called experience.
Yep.
So Zoom is continually upgrading, and they sent me another email today where they're making some changes. It won't affect anything that we do, but they're getting more and more secure. They had some issues early on with security, but they are getting better at it. But Microsoft went, hey, you know what? We have this whole program as well. Microsoft has their own, and it pretty much does everything that Zoom does. And I think it's a little more secure, but I'm not going to change everything at this point.
Is this your account, Brian?
Yeah, this one's my account.
Yeah, Microsoft has Skype and now Teams.
Teams, yeah, Microsoft Teams is the one. I did go look at it. I'm already
it's a Microsoft product, so I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, I'm already set up with this one, and I am paying for this one because it gives us we're not limited to a 40-minute meeting.
Right.
So we can literally talk. I think it's 23 hours or 24 hours before it would shut the meeting off. Not that we're ever going to do that, but
I put a link in Slack if you want to check out the Mac Pro.
Oh, cool.
Okay. One more. This is really gilding the lily now. Looking at color balance. Sometimes the color balance just looks one way and another. Does it have a place where you can change the tint or the warmth, that kind of a thing?
Not that I'm aware of as far as that goes, Rex.
Mm-hmm.
You look
Because
good.
I look across, I see each of us has a different one. Of course, each of us has different lighting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably why my hair is green. 'Cause I have fluorescent lights that are probably as old as I am.
I see that.
The lights.
Hey, DL, how long is that video? Is it just a few minutes?
11 minutes.
You want me to share it and you guys want to watch it?
You want to, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll leave here. I have to get Nate to bed.
Yeah.
He's
Good
got
talking to
school
you.
in the morning.
All right.
We're still doing fractions.
Oh, goody, goody.
Well, guys, those of you that are stuck it in for so long, thank you. And we'll have another meeting next week too. So,
yep.
But I'll go ahead and show this video and we'll go from there.
Okay, bye, Beth.
Good night, Beth.
Good night, Beth.
Night, Beth.
Night all.
Night.
Oh, Beth's already gone.
Break out the popcorns.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. Hold on one second. When you share your screen, if you're going to show a video, you have to click on a button that says share computer sound too. If you don't do that, the sound that you would hear would be the sound coming out of my microphone or out of my speakers on my computer.
Oh. And that is, you're showing us where that is?
No, I'm showing you the wrong screen. Hold on.
Okay.
You only have 3 screens there. Come on.
There. Now I'm on the right screen. Okay. All right. Let's go to the video.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I hate ads.
Yeah, I know.
It's not right. No astronaut launches for space.
Very good.
Yeah. If I Hey, what's up, guys? I'm KBHD here. And yeah, some secrets are harder to keep than others, but this is a good one. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been using the new Mac Pro, which means every video you've seen since then, since the MacBook Pro review, has been edited on the Mac Pro. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you later. Peace. But also, low key though, you guys didn't know about this, but that's another video. So yeah, this is something I've been personally waiting for the better part of the last 6 years or so, since the 2013 trash can Mac Pro came out, and in tech years, that's like forever. So while it's a bit early to do a full review, I figure I might as well give you my second impressions, or my impressions from using it daily for the past 2 weeks. So the box is clearly really interesting. There's some Velcro on each side. If you get past that, it's really sturdy. It does kind of remind me of the original Cheese Grater Mac Pro box, but a little nicer. On one side, you got your Magic Keyboard in its own box, and on the other side, you have a Magic Mouse, a Magic Trackpad, and a braided black lightning cable. And I'll get back to those in a minute. Then the last step to getting it out the box is gripping it by those top handles, and this thing is pretty heavy. It's solid metal, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but it is very dense. And then in the box we just took it out of, on the bottom you have your Designed by Apple in California pamphlet, and underneath that is another braided cable. This one's the power cable, and it's definitely sturdy and high quality for that 1400 watt power supply. And as a matter of fact, in with the rest of the Mac Pro paperwork, you do in fact get, yes, 2. Not 1, but 2 gigantic black Apple stickers. These have got to be the biggest Apple stickers I've ever seen. Maybe you can put them on your car or something. So yeah, new Mac Pro, and as you can see, 2 new Pro Display XDRs on their nifty $1,000 stands that I've been using for the past 2 weeks. We saw this already at WWDC, and I gave my first impressions there. I'll link it below if you want to rewind that a bit, but this is like a second impressions. So here's the specs of this machine that I've been using. It's got a maxed out 28-core Intel Xeon W CPU, 384 gigs of 2933 megahertz RAM, and 2 of the AMD Radeon Vega Pro 2 MPX modules with 32 gigs of VRAM on each card. And then there's 4 terabytes of storage, and it does have the Afterburner card. So not maxed out, but as you can tell, very nicely equipped. I probably will end up getting something around this same spec and the 8 terabytes of SSD storage, since that's just a massive amount of room, and probably some more RAM. And actually in the About This Mac tool on the Mac Pro, it gives you this visual now of not only your storage, but your DIMM slots of how you're using the 6-channel RAM. You can see this one's using half of the slots right now. And the PCI slots, so you can see this top one is Apple's built-in card, the Afterburner card is below it, and then the 2 MPX modules, which are double height with the Radeon Pro cards below those, and it even shows which unpopulated PCI slots is blocking. So to share a few things you'll notice right off the bat, first of all, the accessories it comes with, the mouse, the keyboard, the Magic Trackpad, are all black. So on my desk for a while, I had the space gray keyboard and trackpad that came with the iMac Pro. Now you have a black trackpad with a silver base and black bottom, and a Magic Keyboard that's black keys with silver base. And even the Magic Mouse that it comes with goes from a space gray top and bottom to silver bottom with a gloss black top. Now I don't know how many people buying a Mac Pro are sticking with the Magic Keyboard and Magic Mouse, but hey, it's a nice touch. And then the thing is just, I know it's off camera because it's under my desk right now, but it is built really well. And of course the cheese grater look we all refer to it as is very distinctive. There's like little spheres in the front with circular cutouts on the edges of those spheres. Hopefully that explains it, but all around tight tolerances, not really any unnecessary gaps anywhere. It's clean. There's also an option to get it on wheels in the Apple Store, but as you can see, this one that doesn't have the wheels has just got metal flat feet, but I think I might actually want to get the wheels possibly. And then the ports. So, okay, the main accessible ones that are on the top front are just your 2 Thunderbolt ports, which are next to the power button, and the little white glowing power indicator. That's pretty basic. Then at the back, you get, by default, 2 full-size, and then 2 more Thunderbolt ports, and a headphone jack. And then each GPU module is giving you an HDMI and 4 more Thunderbolt. And then all the way at the bottom next to power is dual 10 gigabit Ethernet ports. Nice. And that's not a sarcastic nice either. That's like actually really useful for me. For me, that's the super fast internet we can go wired in, and the Jellyfish drives that we edit off of. But yeah, only 2 full-size USB ports. I kind of would have liked to have seen a little bit more than that. Many legacy peripherals at this point that a lot of Mac Pro users continue to use aren't updated to USB Type-C yet. So for me, I instantly populated both. I was the receiver for my mouse and the SD card reader. So already that's full. There was also an internal USB-A port, but I found that when I put the mouse receiver inside, it tends to start glitching and sort of get worse reception, so I never really put that inside. So yeah, not ideal. I wish there were like 2 more USB-A ports on the back. Or maybe I should just get another USB-C card reader, because at this point, this is my only USB Type-C card reader, and I kind of hate that. Anyway, okay, opening up the Mac Pro is really as simple as it looks. There are no thumb screws like normal cases. It's just a huge twist latch at the top, rotate it halfway, and the entire shell slides off cleanly, exposing the insides. Simple as that. So that's where on one side you can see the motherboard. The top containers on the right side here hold the RAM. And then if you flip it around, you can see there's your PCI slots, the big MPX modules with the graphics cards at the bottom, and then the long Afterburner card right above them. And the CPU and the heatsink for it are up at the top. And you can also see that internal full-size USB-A port right above Apple's built-in card. So I have 2 main takes that I've noticed from using this computer for the past 2 weeks. 1, it's really quiet, and 2, it's really fast. The quietness is pretty objective. I mean, you can put it, it's 4 feet from the mic right now and you can't really hear it. But in a normal office environment, it's not the loudest thing in any room. Hard drives are louder than it. Any fans, anything else in the area is louder. It's very quiet. I don't keep it on my desk because there's not enough room with the speakers, but I could and I'd be fine. Really, the main reason it's so quiet is because they've minimized fans. There's really just in this Mac Pro, 1 fan for the power supply on one side, and then 3 large fans at the front just blowing air through all the time. So there's no dedicated water cooling pump or CPU cooler fan or GPU fans or anything separate like that. Everything inside is passively cooled and just depends on the airflow coming through from the 3 big fans at the front. That's what makes that cheese grater hole design so important. It's really an airflow design, and that's also something to keep an eye on down the road. And it's also potentially a concern, as Linus mentioned in his first impressions video, of dust getting in, because there is no obvious air filter in front of or behind any of these fans. I like that it doesn't intake air from the bottom. That means I can put it on any carpeted surface and be fine, but we have to keep an eye on dust that might eventually make its way into the machine and affect thermals. We'll see. But also, yeah, it's really fast, as you would expect from something with 28 cores and 384 gigs of RAM. Here's a Geekbench score. You know, it's great. It's the highest I've ever seen on any computer. Love that. I also did a Blackmagic disk speed test, and as you'd expect from the internal SSD, 3 gigabytes per second. Again, hilariously fast. But if I can just hold off on benchmarks for a minute, the main place I'm noticing the difference is the main place where my workflow is heavy, the main reason I wanted a Mac Pro, and that's in video editing. So for me, that's Final Cut Pro. So if you remember the rendering speed test I did in the MacBook Pro review, I rendered out this clip from Red Raw, and I had my times for the MacBook Pro and the iMac Pro. Well, I couldn't tell you guys in that video, but I also tested the Mac Pro on that same test. So the render speeds for this MacBook Pro were about 20 minutes. The render speed for the iMac Pro brought it all the way down to around 11 minutes. And that Mac Pro did that same test and exported it in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Wow. Just for some reference, for some people who might not appreciate that, that's transcoding an 8K red code clip. I typically shoot in around an 8:1 compression ratio, as I did with the test clip, 2:1 aspect ratio, no background rendering, and just went straight through in faster than real time. So it was a 5-minute clip on the timeline, exported the whole thing in less time than it would take to just watch that clip. So yeah, that's pretty great. I will get much more into detail in performance and how well it does in the full review, which will be coming later. And if you guys have more suggestions for different ways that you want me to test it, that's welcome in the comment section below, specific workflows and things like that. But I've been very happy with the performance. And none of this has even been taking advantage of the Afterburner card yet, because that's optimized for ProRes footage playback. I've been shooting in R3D Red Raw, but I will of course give this a shot with ProRes footage for the full review as well. That's what it's made to streamline. But in the meantime, I am super pumped about Mac Pro. My 2 weeks with it have been relatively pain-free, just setting everything up. Again, I'm interested in what you want to see in the full review, but my take is this is one of those tools that I'm just excited about as a creator. I feel like at this point, you know, in 2019, 2020, it takes a lot to get me inspired as a creator, because the tools I have at my disposal are so unlimited. Like, there's no way I can take this camera to its full potential. But I was pretty consistently pushing the iMac Pro, the fastest machine that runs Final Cut Pro, to its full potential. So it's not like magic. It's not like having this Mac Pro is going to make my videos better or make anyone's videos better. But it's just, it's sort of a headroom unlocker. Essentially, it pulls down the barrier for what I'm willing to try as a creator because of power or speed or time. And I think for a lot of other workflows, this represents the same thing. So yeah, thank you, Apple, for making this, and thank you for watching this second impressions video. Definitely be sure to get subscribed to see the full review when it comes out if you haven't already. And looking forward to seeing your comments. Chat with you guys in the next one. Peace.
Wow.
I have a question. DL?
Yeah.
I know what I'm going through with this new very small 13-inch Lenovo Yoga. Everything is in mini, and I do have a Wi-Fi mouse, and I got a I think USB 3 bus bar. With it's a powered bus bar. I'm wondering, at the price that cost, and they took the same kind of thing that I'm using for my mouse and occupied one of those USB ports. He said it himself, there could have been some more ports there, but I was wondering, why didn't he just mention whatever Apple uses for a bus bar with maybe 4 or 5 output ports?
Well, I don't know. You're buying a $50,000 computer, you expected to have more ports.
Yeah, and what
So
you said,
that's a shortcoming that Apple should have taken care of that.
it was the only thing that actually got to me. I mean, I think everything else is really super, but it seemed like that was an awfully easy to think about kind of thing that they didn't add in.
Yeah, they should have.
Do you
What
think
exactly is a buzz
The rest of it is fantastic. Otherwise, it's fantastic.
Like a USB hub, Annie.
Oh, okay.
Here, one of these, you know. Here, I'll show it to you. This. I don't know. I think I. No, I don't want to leave the meeting. Where are you here, buddy? Yeah, I can pull it. Here.
The camera. There you go.
Yeah, let's little
Oh,
fellow
okay.
right here. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
No, lift it high. There
I
you
got
go.
that. Okay.
High.
I think that that's an issue that Mac has had for a while is they don't always have the amount of ports that you need. My MacBook Pro $2,300 laptop that I bought has one USB port on it.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, dude, I'm always using 2.
In Apple's defense, they're trying to make a very, very clean interior, exterior, everything. It's like I don't know why they don't want to have any wires running. So, you know, they could go and put something into the motherboard and run a wire to it so that they have external things. Apple's way of doing it would be to put a card in there, but then that takes up another slot. I don't know.
Now they did have quite a few of the Lightning connectors on there, which are better and faster than USB. But the problem is like he mentioned, is that there's a lot of people's peripherals are not Lightning connectors yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Still USB. So it's an interesting computer. He didn't pay for that. I don't know if you guys know who that guy is or not, but he does a lot of really high-end reviews, and they give him stuff to review.
Yep.
He's a good guy to follow on YouTube, because he does a lot of really good reviews, and he's good at reviewing stuff, and he gets into it really well.
Especially if you want to see the new phones that are coming out, that's kind of his exclusive. That's his main thing is our phones. But yeah, he does a little bit of. He doesn't delve into the technical aspects of a lot of things, but he's more, user interface. He'll give you a perspective of what you can see when you get the device.
Yeah, he's more on the side of the real end, what you're going to be using it for.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I do follow him on YouTube. It's he's pretty good. I like his stuff, and his reviews are usually easy to understand. Other than a lot of reviews are not easy to understand, but his are.
Yeah.
At the end of my bed.
Okay, thank you guys. Rex Moyer is going to sign off.
Okay, Rex.
Okay, good night, Rex.
We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Night, Rex.
See you then.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Question back to Slim. You said there would be one catalog.
Yep.
Correct? And you would, if you have several catalogs, you'll narrow it down to one catalog, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, Laura Shu, I saw on the video while I was watching that, has a way to merge multiple catalogs into one. You think that would work?
Yes, and actually, if you watch his video, he shows you how to do that.
Well, I watched most of it, not all of it, most of it.
Yeah, and I talked about it tonight. It's importing a catalog from one catalog into the new one, so you can do that. But yeah, you can merge them together. You can start that system using the catalog that you're already using, and redo it. to follow that system or some form of that system, or you can do like I did, which was start with a brand new catalog altogether.
The problem I have with that system is the years, because I have the kids from newborn all the way up. And if I do a search for Caitlin, I want to have it all the way from newborn all the way up until she's 22. So I would have to actually load 22 years worth in there for it to work, right?
Well, you would have a file under, we'll say, the heading family, and then underneath that you would have a folder for Caitlin and put all the pictures in Caitlin.
Oh my gosh, I mean, we're talking about thousands of pictures.
I understand that, but you know how long it took me to do mine? About 20 minutes.
For thousands of pictures.
I put 5,000 pictures in my catalog in 20 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, I have Caitlin, Marissa, Connor, Ashley,
I understand that, but what I'm saying is I cataloged 5,000 photographs in about 20 minutes in my sitting here when I started.
I could probably do it because the way I do it, of course, is Explore, and I use the search engine, and I've got Caitlin, so I can just do Caitlin as my search engine, and then just
it did not take
on in.
And that was one of the things that he talks about in that video, that everyone says, well, I've got thousands of photographs and it'll take me forever to do it. And then they message him back and say, you know what, I did it. It took me 2 hours. I have it completely finished.
Yeah.
So it goes faster than what you expect. If you start it, it goes a lot faster than what I expected it to.
Yeah. Well, I'll look at it again.
And like I said, I mean, look at it. If it doesn't make sense to you and you don't think it's going to work, don't use it.
Yeah. I like the part where, what was it, the pick? I really like that.
And you can use a version of that with the way you're using Lightroom as it is.
Yeah, I think so. I really do.
You don't necessarily have to do a complete reset and do it the way he says to do it.
Yeah, under each of my folders, I can actually put a pick.
Yep.
And etc. there, and then just go ahead, because I like that, because I use stars, and I prefer to use something like that. That would be
the real trick to it is to use the collections is really the big place, because that allows you to put those collections in there like that. So you do a collection set and a collection, and you can make that happen, and then anytime you want, you go back to a collection and look at it.
Yeah. My problem is loading everything into Lightroom. That's, 100,000 or more pictures at least.
Yeah. I mean, and you got to have the room for the Lightroom catalog. Just be careful of that, because the catalog gets big. I mean, my catalog is about 17 gigs right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to think about how I want to do that.
But it's a system that you can look at. You can adopt parts of it. You can try it. You can try some collections.
Yeah.
And just see, use it the way you want to. It don't necessarily have to be 100% his way, but take a look at it at least. And if you don't like it at all, don't use it.
Yeah, I've looked at a lot of it. I haven't finished going through the whole thing, and then I'm going to have to look at it again.
Yeah, I watched it twice. I watched it twice and then went back and picked out certain sections and watched those sections again as well.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do. That makes it nice because it does come in sections like that.
Yep. And I have a notebook here with it all written down in too.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that the second time around. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it quits unless you got some juicy stuff y'all are going to talk about.
I don't know. I think we're getting down to the end here.
Yeah. So what week today is the 15th. We have the SIG coming up, or the SWG coming up, and I have no idea when that is.
Today's actually the 16th.
Weekend after next. The week after next.
Next week we will have a
Thursday, another one like this.
Yeah, next Thursday we'll have another impromptu meeting like this one.
And then we have the SWG.
And the following week is the 30th. That will be our actual SWG meeting.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll be going from there. We'll see what happens.
I'm not going any place after the 30th. I can tell you that much. Unless it's to the hairdressers, and that's it.
Yeah. So
you and everybody else.
Brian said he's going to let his grow, and then he's going to have a ponytail.
Oh, he's going to have a ponytail?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to shave my head bald. What's going to happen?
And by the time we all see each other,
we get released.
It'll be back grown.
Yeah.
So
I mean, really with the way this stuff's going, even if they came out tomorrow and said, "Okay, everyone's free," I don't think that we'll go back to having a meeting immediately. You know,
oh gosh, no, I won't.
Because I just don't think that that's the right thing to do at this point. So,
I agree.
As things change, we'll get together and decide what's the best thing to do for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I miss being able to hang out with you guys and being able to actually talk to each other, but this is a pretty damn good option.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah,
and-
I don't go any place, and I don't want to see anybody in person. I don't want to get around them.
Yeah.
You know, for their safety and my safety.
Right.
And so I don't, and my friends and stuff, I stay away from. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like they had put that bill into the state to allow the car dealerships to open up again.
I heard that.
Which was going to allow me to go back to work, and which would be a good thing because I need money. But at the same time, I really wasn't looking forward to going back to work because I don't want to be around people.
Yeah.
And of course, the governor's going to veto it anyhow. He's already announced that if it goes all the way through, he's just going to veto the bill anyhow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, when I saw it had to go past him, and he could either leave it sit for 10 days, and it would pass it, or veto it. And I thought, but with the way things are going, he's going to veto it right off the bat.
Yeah, he announced this morning if it came to his desk, he would veto it. So that's pretty much it's already not going to happen kind of deal.
Well, they even put out that people could petition way back when this started to keep their businesses open. And I don't know if he approved any of them.
Just a very few got approved. There was a few that did, but
yeah, to buy guns.
That was one of them.
Yeah, I know.
That was one of them.
Believe it. Take the alcohol away and give them a gun instead.
That's fine by me. I'd rather have the gun than the alcohol anyhow.
Yeah, but the alcoholics do not need to have withdrawals with a gun in their hand.
No.
Well, they left the beer. You can still go get beer. So
Yeah, that's right. You can get beer.
I don't know. Well, it's up. Everything's up in the air right now.
You can go to Sheetz or Giant Eagle to get that. They're
Yeah, you can still buy beer and wine at
yeah,
Giant Eagle.
Yep.
A friend of mine just sent me a PM on Facebook. It's a call for artists. Wide open excellence in photography. Over $12,000 in awards and gear for the Dairy Barn Arts Center. I'll have to look at it and send it to Marty. We're in the newsletter.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, anything to keep.
I think there's.
Yeah.
Marty, I sent you a picture for the newsletter today.
I saw that.
I saw I was in that picture.
You were. So
Yes.
was Annie.
And Annie.
What?
Holding my crystal ball.
Oh.
I wish I
Yes.
knew he was the missing crystal ball.
Yeah, well, that wasn't my crystal ball because I can't find mine.
I haven't ordered one yet, but I might do that since I have a couple bucks. Not too much, but
Well, if you get them, well, I don't know if Amazon's shipping crystal balls. I don't know if they consider that to be a essential.
They're still shipping all kinds of stuff because I order from them a couple of times a week, and it's not essential stuff that I'm ordering because they don't have any freaking essential stuff. They're out of stock.
Yeah, go ahead. You can get them crystal balls on Amazon for very, very low amounts of money.
yeah. Yeah, there was a. Yeah, I want to get one.
Cool.
They're fun.
I found the prism that I bought with the crystal ball. I have that, but I can't find a crystal ball. And the prism I don't like at all. I could care less about that. I want the crystal ball.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with the prism at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. I like the colors from a prism. So you can't get creative anyway with it. I mean, I haven't tried, but seems like it'd be nice.
I don't know. I can't figure it out.
It feels like it's very limited. Like I can get more creative with the crystal ball than I can with that prism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with the prism, the refraction of light onto something might be okay.
Well, that's what I was thinking. What I don't know.
You were actually thinking? That's scary.
Hey, at least I got a brain to think with.
So you think.
I know.
Just took you 2 weeks to figure out how to get your sound and video on.
If I'm not mistaken, Brian, what did it take me? About an hour and 15 minutes, huh?
And then she still did.
No, it took us about an hour and so of trying a few different things and BSing, and then it took you about 3 minutes to do it without knowing what it is that you did.
That's it.
That's the funny part. She got no idea.
Yeah.
So.
All right, it happened. Yeah.
If something quits, she's still screwed. Because she won't remember what she did.
I got a comment on my picture that we uploaded to Zoom, or not to Zoom, to Instagram a little while ago.
What was it?
Very pretty.
Oh, nice.
I didn't put any hashtags on it, so it's not really showing up anywhere yet. I got to throw some hashtags on there.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Well, it's getting late. I'm going to go ahead and let my puppy dogs out and do their business so I can go on upstairs and get ready for bed and read about 2 hours and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Go it all over again at 6 in the morning.
I'm going to eat dinner here in a few minutes.
Oh, my. What's sad is Billy made a bunch of chocolate chip cookies and I don't even want any. That's sad.
I'll come over and take your share.
Brian will do a drive-by. You can just throw it out the door.
All right.
Put them in a bag and put them outside on a porch. I'll stop.
He got no problem eating those chocolate chip cookies.
I'll be there in about an hour.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Anyway,
right.
Go ahead, DL. Were you saying?
What?
All right, guys. Well, I think that was an interesting meeting. I like that.
Yeah, really, that was good.
It was fun. So
you gonna post what you were talking about before I got here?
I will post a recording of the video once it renders onto my computer. It takes about half an hour, and then I'll get it posted up into YouTube. That takes a little while, and it'll be on Reddit for later.
You can cut out the part that we were talking about Annie, can't you? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can put it in Premiere Pro and do a little editing to it and cut.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, thanks. I really don't care. You guys were talking about me. Do you live in, as long as you're having fun, I don't give a crap.
You are.
You mean about the guys I wanted to shoot this morning or what?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yep, we did. We did. We enjoyed that.
Okay. Yep. Yep. I wanted to wring a
All
couple
right.
guys' necks.
Hey, don't forget to sign up for that free account with
Aurora.
Aurora. Get that for free. I'll send an email out for that.
Cool.
And also sign up for that Kelby One stuff for free because there's some courses in there that are worth going through. The free ones.
Yeah, I've always liked him. He's always been one of my favorite.
Yep.
So.
And right now, if you have that free account, you get he does a weekly webinar, which he
Every
just
once
did
in a
one,
while. I'm
he
sorry.
just did one the other day that was about doing composites in Photoshop.
Uh-huh.
And sent the files out and everything, and I followed along with him and was able. He does it slow enough to where you can do it while he's talking.
Yeah.
And I went through and we did background replacement, and then we did a sky replacement on a landscape photo. And I picked up a few things that was really cool. That I will probably practice a little bit and then show you guys at one of the other meetings. The sky replacement that we did was really nice. I like doing that. It was quick and easy. So
I'm hoping I got everything that he's giving, because when I went in, I didn't go to, like you were saying earlier, the /free. I just went to the Colby One and signed up, and then when I came to the page where it wanted me to pay, I just closed it. That page.
okay. Well, hold on one second. Let me show you. Kelby One. So when you go into Kelby One, you should see this screen. If you click on my dashboard and you're in the free, this is the screen you should see. And down here is Kelby One free courses.
Let me take a look here.
Sympathize, yeah.
And there is, I don't know, 12, 15. 22, actually.
Matt K will give you free courses every once in a while too. When you sign up for him, he'll send free courses.
And there really is a lot of stuff right now that's popping up that's free because of what's going on and everyone being stuck. So you're seeing a lot of things that are free. You can get free courses, free brushes, free programs. And so as I come across stuff that I think is worthwhile, I'll be letting you know about it, like I did with the Aurora.
Okay, my Colby One does look like that.
Okay. So you should have, there's 22 free courses right now. And I think he adds one course a month free.
That one that says, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Also, he has anything that doesn't have a little lock on it. See, like that has the lock on it?
Yeah.
Those you have to pay for. But anything without a lock is free for you to look at.
Okay.
And because you have that free thing, you'll be able to get into his weekly seminars or weekly web whatever it is.
Webinars.
Which I said the one I did the other day was about doing composites, which was nice. I liked it a lot. It was a good one. But there's quite a few stuff in here for free. And actually, if you wanted to sign up for the stuff that's locked, you could do that right now for Was it
$5 or $6?
$5 or $6 for the first month? Then you can end it if you don't want to keep it after that.
How much is it after that? Do you know?
Yeah, hold on one second. I'll show you.
You can choose what you
So
want.
you can do the plus monthly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Which is $3 for the first month, and then it's $10 a month after that, and that gives you 300 courses.
Yeah, that's quite a
If you do the pro monthly, it's $5, and then $20 a month after that. That gives you 800 courses.
Holy shit.
You can do a lot of learning.
Oh, yeah.
Even for the $10 a month, 300 courses, and most of his courses are an hour to 2 hours long. You're going to learn an awful lot for $10 a month. Now, granted, you're not going to use every course, and not everything's going to be something that you're interested in, but there's an awful lot in there to learn from. And I like the way he explains things, and he's not real technical, and he keeps things to a
simpler.
Yeah, to a pace where you can understand what's going on. And he does give you, files to download so that you can download the files and follow along with him as well. So
It's not yours.
anyhow, it's pretty nice. And then you get the latest issue of Photoshop magazine too.
Free?
Yeah, you can look at the April one with the free account.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll continue that. I know he's doing it for April. I don't know if they'll continue that or not, but it is part of the free account right now, at least.
Yeah. It's a great magazine. I like some of the techniques they do in there.
Yep. So, like I said, if it's free, it's free. There's quite a few courses in here. Actually, the big one right now that's free that's next on my list is Adobe Photoshop CC in depth. That's a big one right there. I mean, that's Photoshop. And here's Photoshop for Lightroom. Those are a couple good courses right there. And here's another post-processing one that I think will be quite good to go through. And here's a course on Aurora, which I just told you how to get for free.
Right.
So,
Okay, how do you get the Aurora for free?
I'll be sending an email out with the link for that.
Okay.
So, Annie, you'll have to actually check your email, but it'll be there.
Okay. Maybe.
Photoshop and compositing basics. There's a lot of really good courses just in the free section. So, anyhow.
Just asking you on that sky replacement of the sky. Just curious, is that selection, and do you use the paint bucket?
No, I didn't use a paint bucket at all. But there was you did a selection from one sky, from one picture, to put it in the other picture, and then I've done that before. But the issue I've always had was the edges, making sure that between the two pictures
that they
make sense and they look right.
Yeah.
And he actually used a gradient tool to make that happen.
Oh, okay.
And when he popped that gradient tool in there and I did it here, I went, wow, that was nice. And it blended those edges perfectly. You could not tell that I had switched to sky in that picture at all.
Wow.
So
I had always uploaded my skies into paint bucket, and then I can pick out what sky I wanted, the selection tool, and then I use the paint bucket.
Yeah.
But I would like something with better edges. I do feather a little bit to sort of make it look good, but getting those perfect edges to blend in, that's going to be very interesting when you go over that.
Yeah, it was nice. I was like, when I did it, I literally went, wow, out loud when I did it, because I've done it in the past and I've never been 100% happy with the way it worked out.
Yeah, I've been
worked out really well.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, is that a free course that he still has, or is that?
I have
didn't see
to,
it on
I'll
there.
look and see if it's in there. It was, but I'll look and see if it's still in there.
Okay, all right. Let me know, because I'm definitely interested in finding another way to transform the sky. I sort of looked. I didn't see it right off. I know he's starting to send stuff to my email.
So yeah, it is, I believe, still in here. Let's see. Let me share this back with you guys again. Oop, I shared the wrong screen, I think. I don't know. What are you seeing? Are you seeing my Kelby one?
Kelby one.
Okay.
Yeah, Kelby1.
So
Public webcast. Yeah.
under Learn,
Uh-huh.
go down to Public Webcast,
Okay.
and I do believe it was this one right here.
Okay.
Follow along, beginning compositing portraits in landscape. Yes, that was it right
Okay.
there.
Got it. All right. The one with the girl.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take
And
a look at that tomorrow, because
if you don't have the files, let me know, because I do have the files downloaded so I can send them over to you.
okay, great. Yeah.
I don't know if they'll still be available or not, but
I take a lot of sky pictures just so I can transfer them over to another photo. So
Yes.
to find a better way to do that would be fantastic.
Yep. So yeah, I was very impressed with it. It worked well, at least with that picture. I'll have to try it with other pictures once I do it a little bit and get some pictures put together. But with the picture that we used in the example, it worked perfectly.
Was there a lot of trees, a lot of scenery?
There was some, but not a lot, but there was some in it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I have problems, is in the trees.
Yep.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
There, you could also put up, just remember you and I were talking about that the other day, about all the presets and things that Surge is offering right now. And then that free toolbox that you downloaded that has all those brushes for Photoshop.
He does that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does different things.
There's about 5 different guys right now that are throwing a bunch of free stuff out there.
But if you watch them, they do it free. I picked up Surge's free a couple years ago, like.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He offers quite a few things that are free. So, and him and that's what Scott Kelby, they're good friends, and they go out together quite a bit and to do their work. So I was just thinking, like go kind of hand in hand.
I quit at getting Surge's emails. I finally just decided to get off the mailing list because all of his emails were just nothing but buy this package, buy this package, buy this package, and
yeah, there's quite a few of those.
Yeah, I'm getting about 12 emails a day right now.
Yeah. He used to give you some information. Now all it is I'm having a sale on this package for $99.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I got out of his emails because
I figured I would do the same thing. I would take advantage of the few free things that I could find, and then I'll cancel all those email subscriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even bother with that. I just use a fake email address.
Well, I do use an email address that's one that I don't keep track of all the time, but I still see them because they're still sending out a few things that are free here and there. So
yeah,
I take a glance at them every couple of days and see if there's anything free that I want to grab, and if not, we just delete the email. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that with all the people we have in our club, we should be able to make our own presets. We have to figure out how to do that and share it with everybody.
There's no reason why we can't. You just gotta, if we come up with something that we set up as a preset, then you can just export that out. and send it out and say, hey, here's a free preset that I made. I personally don't use presets very often. So most of the time, about 98% of the pictures you see from me are developed from start to finish without a preset at all.
I never use a preset.
Yeah.
All my pictures look, well, I shouldn't say all of them. I'm not just a specific type of photographer to have a preset for.
Yeah.
And if I do my band pictures, the lighting's constantly changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, another one that I have coming into my mail that I do like is your Photoshop newsletter. So that's a very good one because they will have free, I guess you can say, free videos and tell you how to do this or that. So
Yeah, you can go on there at any time and watch a bunch of free videos on Photoshop and Lightroom and whatever you subscribe to.
yeah, this is the newsletter. And I really do like it.
Yeah, if you have the CC subscription to Photoshop and Lightroom and whatever, there's a lot of tutorials right through Adobe's website on that stuff.
Yeah. And of course, don't forget about Laura Shu. You know, she's always has something. But
I cannot stand to listen to her for more than about 4 minutes.
Really?
Her voice never changes any kind of anything. I just can't. It almost to me seems like it's a computer generated voice. I can't do it.
He's a robot.
I watched one of her videos yesterday, I think it was. And it was about a 6-minute video, and about 4 minutes in, I shut it off. I couldn't do it no more. About 4 minutes is my limit for her voice.
Too monotone.
Have you ever listened to any of her videos?
No.
Go listen to one. You'll know what I'm talking about. Just look up
Okay.
Laura Shu and pick one and listen to it. I know John's a big fan of Laura Shu, and she does have good stuff, and she explains it well.
Yeah.
But I can't stand the voice.
I can take it, you know, because you know, I know Lightroom, but I don't know it as well as she does, and she really comes up with some good stuff out of Lightroom. So
Yeah. And I said I'm not saying anything bad about her content. It's good.
yeah, it's just listening to her.
I
Yeah,
just can't stand listening to
I
her.
haven't had a big problem. Yeah. Like I said, one of my favorite is the Photoshop newsletter because it's always something new in Photoshop that it's going to show you how to do. And I get it every week at least. And I really like it. So, other than that,
Yep.
taking the time to watch the videos, that's another thing because, I mean, I know people are just sitting around, but I haven't been just sitting around. I've got so much going on with that, you know, remodeling, fixing. I tore my sink apart today because it was plugged up and I can't really put it back together right. That gasket will not fit right. I know how to do it, but I can't get that gasket to fit on there the right way.
You just think you know how to do it, that's all.
I said I knew how to do it.
I try to take an hour or two each day to spend on the photography tutorials.
Yeah.
The rest of the day I sleep. But
He's up all night, but he sleeps during the day.
yeah, that's true. I just woke up just before the meeting. I woke up around 6.
Oh my.
And got myself together and ready for the meeting this evening, which was better than Monday night. I woke up at 7:09. So
That's what I was just going to say. Well, the other night.
I've been busy all day.
I don't know, for some reason when we went into this, my body went, nope, let's be awake at night and go to sleep in the daytime. Because I mean, immediately went to this. I'm on midnight shift now. I wake up at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and I'm up till 5 in the morning, and then I go to sleep. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, not gonna happen here.
Now, see, yesterday I had to go out because I had to take my mom's car to get worked on. So I had to make sure I was awake in the daytime yesterday, but that wasn't easy.
What alarms are for?
I sleep right
I
through
got two
them.
puppy
Hi,
dogs to wake me
Gracie.
up.
Hi, Gracie.
Hi, Gracie.
Hi, Gracie. Go ahead, sit in her chair, talk to us.
Oh, I didn't.
Hi, Grace. Hello.
You have to talk louder. I'm chilling here.
I hear ya.
You do. Talk louder. What?
You see the puppy dog.
Hi.
It's Trixie.
Yes.
You remember Trixie? You got to play with Trixie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you buy your new puppy?
Yeah.
What's our new puppy's name? You got the ears and nose.
Trixie.
Right. What's our new puppy's name? Thick nose.
Where's your new puppy? Huh? Where's your puppy?
Where's that puppy? Who's our
Where's your new puppy?
He's sleeping.
He's sleeping.
That's name. What's our puppy's name? Rabbit. Oh, you're silly. It's Jasper.
Jasper.
Yeah, but I'll and Jasper. And Jasper. All right, say good night. Good night, Mom. All right.
Good night.
Good night, Tracy.
Good night.
Bye-bye, darling.
We'll talk to y'all later.
Okay.
We'll
Good
catch
night.
you later.
All right, we'll see you, Marty.
Bye.
Okay, I'm getting ready to go off too, so.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to finish. It's just about 10 o'clock, so that's a 3-hour meeting that we're just going to talk for a little bit. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go put the pups, like I said, outside and then to bed.
Okay.
So I'll
Good night,
catch you
Margie.
later. Good night, Annie.
Good night,
Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting, so I'm going to say good night, too.
All right. Good night.
All right, good night.
All right, guys. We'll see you all next week.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
See you.
Bye, DL.
Let's save that.